Nothing to agonise over, nothing to review, nothing to critique, nothing to celebrate, nothing to do, nothing to worry about what's in the glass. Just kick back, relax, throw on a Christmas jumper, a Christmas hat if you've got it. This is the closest I get to a works Christmas party. I'm looking forward to it. I'm determined to enjoy it, and I'll see you all in a second. Hello, whiskey folk. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the vPub. How you all doing? It is the last vPub of 2024. Next Thursday night is Boxing Night, so there's no vPub going out then, and the 2nd of January is the Thursday night following that. So it's going to be the 9th of January before we're all back together again. Hopefully that's a good thing, taking a wee break, having a chance to get our feet up and things like that. For patrons, there will be a lock-in vPub on Sunday, the 29th of December. So I'll be able to hang out with you guys and see how your Christmas is doing and things like that. But in terms of public vPubs, nothing until January. This is the last one. So it had to be the one that we get together and do a wee Christmas party. Normally what we do for these things is I put together a selection of drams and I share it out with various people, whether it's pals, whether it's other people in the whiskey industry, whether it's people local or further afield, and we do a bit of a blind challenge. But this year I thought we'd switch it up a wee bit and just kind of gamify the entire vPub. So I've got a night put together just to have fun, just to have people talking about whiskey, to gamify whiskey, to celebrate it in a kind of slightly different way. But as well, we're having fun, try and still bring some value to people that are watching, people that are interested to hear what we think about certain whiskies, about certain styles, and recommendations that we might make to folk. That's the plan. We'll also play a wee bit of a gamification that throws together a fairly simple game that we all understand, but also throws it into flavour map territory so that we can have a play with that idea of what do things taste like? Do we all feel like they taste the same thing, or do we all imagine they're the same thing? I don't know how it's going to go. It's a bit kind of experimental, let's say, but it doesn't really matter. It's the vPub and it's whiskey, and if it works, great. And if it doesn't, we'll never see it again, and that's okay. And then to top things off, right at the end of tonight, we've got Menno, Lord Asshat himself, bringing us the quiz at the end of the year. It's become a bit of a tradition now, but I am still looking for my Christmas gift. I'm still looking for a 10 out of 10 on my own quiz at the end. The only way for that to happen is if Menno hosts it and somehow I'm able to navigate my way through. I think I managed a 9 out of 10 once. I don't think I've actually managed a true 10 out of 10 on the quiz at the end. So we're looking forward to that. So it's going to be fun right throughout tonight. Hopefully we can keep things pretty tight and not too clunky. I've reached out to friends. I've reached out to the Bottlechasers, and you might remember that we got together at the end of season vPub before we broke up for summer. And we did the 5 whiskies challenge, but the categories that we used for it was the vPub categories, the categories that I use for what the industry drinks and things like that. So we've cut that back a little bit and put a bit of a festive themed spin on things. So there'll be 3 categories to go through tonight, and that is the stocking filler, which is the value pick. And then after that will be the party pleaser, which is obviously the one that everyone's going to love. And finally, the indulgent pick. That is something that you and when you're downtime, when you're just something you're going to treat yourself with. And anything goes for any of those categories. And everyone that puts forward, it's almost like they'll be campaigning for their own picks. They'll each get screen time and they'll be able to put forward the case for their individual picks. And afterwards, it goes out to public vote. So if you're participating live tonight, you'll be able to join in and you'll be able to actively decide who or help decide who wins each category. I'm sure you've tried it before, but if you haven't, don't worry about it. It's pretty self-explanatory. If you are joining us live, I'm speaking to you from the YouTube environment. If you're watching on Facebook, like so many of you do, I can see that there's some people in watching on Facebook tonight. Fantastic. Good to have you here. But when I speak about in the chat and I talk about the poll and being able to vote and the interaction and the chat that I'm speaking to, all of that exists within the YouTube ecosystem. You're absolutely welcome to stay and watch on Facebook. Fantastic. If you're not interested in interactivity, that is. And if you are, head on over to Aquavita YouTube channel and pick it all up. Fantastic. Welcome, everyone. And I hope that you're already looking forward to winding down for the Christmas holidays. Cheers. Nice to have you all. Let's do what we always do before we kick things off and welcome some of you beautiful whiskey folk and dedicated barflies in the lounge. Of course, like I always do, I'm looking for the orange. So if you've typed Aquavita or at Aquavita, remember the V, AQV it starts with. It'll light up orange here and I'm able to pick up your chat a wee bit easier. Good to see so many of you and thank you always for the support. It's wonderful to have you here. Jemmy Jazz is here. Good to see you, buddy. Thanks for inviting us to the party, Aquavita. Fun and games sounds perfect. That's right. I hope, Jimmy. Let's see. Tell you what, if you manage to make it through all the gamification that happens tonight, give me a closeout. Judge us on the finished product, won't you? See how we've done. Make a Dram Decision is here. Good to see you, buddy. He's saying, hello, whiskey folks. That's a brave choice of shirt to wear even for Christmas. That's part of the spirit, isn't it? I wore this last year, actually, which is my only... I was going to buy a new one, but then realised that I've only ever worn this once. So this is its second outing 1 year later after the first. Wait till you see what some of the other guys are dressed like. Time for a dram, Gregor. Saying, dearest barflies, all I want for Christmas is to win back-to-back vPubs. Vote for me. That's right. He's coming back defending his title from the end of summer, end of season. He took the plaudits. He won last time around. Yeah, let's see how Gregor does tonight. Martin Logan is saying, Agravita, hello, Roy, Gregor, Sebi, and Scotty, aka the Fantastic Four. I hope you're all well. Now make us laugh. We'll do our very, very best. But I think, Martin, if we're really honest, that we're here just to have a laugh ourselves. So if anybody else gets a laugh out of that, then it's a bonus. Good to have you, Martin. I hope you're doing well, buddy. We've also got Menno from Belgium, obviously sitting in the background throughout, and we'll bring them all in to say hello to them very, very soon. Dan is here, and there's the visuals. Great shirt. Thank you very much, Dan. Do my best, making a wee effort. Whiskey Central, Sheila is saying, here you are. Here you have this, Martin. She's saying it's the best polo ever. Thank you, Sheila. Good to have you and celebrating with us. Brilliant stuff. Danny Hebbington is saying, evening, Roy and the legendary Bottlechasers. Looking forward to tonight. Bring it, Gaffer. Looking forward to hanging out with you, Danny. It's brilliant to have you here, buddy. Philip Wagner is here saying, good evening, Aquavita. Good evening, everyone. Great to have you, Philip. And Jesse Artanzalo is here saying, good evening, Aquavita and Barflies. Jesse, it's an absolute pleasure to welcome you in tonight. This is Alan, is celebrating being a member of the Barflies for 6 months. Off work and able to tune in live. Always a treat. Brilliant. Fantastic to have you here, Alan. Thank you for your support. All the barflies that join by hitting that join button on the YouTube environment, that keeps all of the Aquavita content ad-free and never need to monetize it. Jean Kelly is saying, can't stick around due to my work's holiday party starting shortly, but wanted to send some cheer your way. This is but a small measure of my appreciation for your friendship. Merry Christmas. Jean Kelly, thank you very much for your very generous dram, and I hope you have a fantastic time with your peers and colleagues at your Christmas party, buddy. Thanks for your dram. Happy Christmas, Jean. Kiwi Gore is celebrating being a member of the Barflies for 31 months, saying first live in ages. Merry Christmas, everyone. Merry Christmas right back to you, Kiwi Gore. Hope you're having a fantastic time so far. Yeah, it's very early in the morning for you, of course. Eric Cunliffe's over in Canada saying, Aquavita, just dropping in between classes to say a very Merry Christmas to you, the family, and all the Barflies. Slant you. Merry Christmas right back to you and Renee, my friend. I hope the classes treat you well, and I hope you're getting some downtime throughout the holidays. Jim M is saying, first full live vPub from the start to the end in 2024. Yay for Christmas vacation. Jim, fantastic to have you throughout. I hope we do it justice, buddy. Jerry Miller is saying, good evening, Roy. Thank you for everything this past year. So many wonderful friends I wouldn't have met without you. I consider you one of those friends, Jerry Miller. Wonderful to have you here and join in tonight, buddy. Thank you, Jerry. Karsten is saying, Roy, thank you so much for the great whiskey year in 2024, in which you've been an essential part to me. Thank you, Karsten. I have to catch a flight in about 7 hours to Munich, so I'll have to rewatch this later. Karsten, now that you're in Munich, welcome to Munich. Have a fantastic Christmas, my friend, and thanks for participating throughout 2024. It's great to have you. Warner, the one glassman, is in saying, Merry Christmas, Roy and Barflies. Looking forward to a 10 today. I love the optimism, Warner. I really do. But it's a Menno quiz, so we just don't know what's going to happen. I'm hoping that there's going to be a way throughout the gamification today that you might be able to participate in some of it and even kind of play along almost. But we'll see how it plays out. Can I just put a wee shout out for the one glassman? Anybody can click on his name on YouTube today. And if you're a Spanish speaker, it's going to take you to his first ever whiskey review on YouTube. He reviews a ubiquitous, famous blend to kick his channel off, which I think is a perfect strategy. Spanish-speaking content, but it's delivered in a way that you would not for a second believe that it was the first video. Great things lie ahead for all you Spanish speakers out there. Warner, I wish you all the very best of luck with it. Love the first attempt, big guy. Fantastic stuff. Cheers. Getting through my wee glass here. Okay, I'm going to try and do my best, obviously, because it's going to have a busy wee session tonight. Lots of folk dropping in. But I'll do my best to interact with you guys throughout tonight. If you're trying to get my attention, just keep doing what Arnie's done and type Aquavite. He's saying, hello, Aquavite and dear Barflies. I don't have a Christmas jumper, so I'm wearing my daughter's Rudolph antlers while pouring my decadent PX Kalila. Really looking forward to one more Thursday fun. Well, one more Thursday in 2024, buddy. We're looking forward to welcoming you back in the new year. I hope you enjoy it, Arnie, with your Rudolph antlers in. Fantastic, buddy. Okay, let's get things on the go. Let's see how we're doing here for this. The first thing we're going to do, I think I'm going to reach out to Menno first, bring in Menno so that we can just set the scene for everyone how the tonight's going to play out, and then that way I've got half an idea that Menno knows what's happening in the background, and hopefully he can keep a tab on the spinning plates in the background. Menno, if you're good to come in, buddy, give me a wee thumbs up and we'll welcome in. I feel really bad calling you. That's a terrible moniker, buddy. You're a friend. You're a pal, Menno. You're a multi-mission, but you've earned the moniker from the community, Lord Asshat, because of the Asshat in the quiz and you making the very, very most of it. What can we expect tonight, buddy?
Wear it with pride. It's Christmas, so let's be gentle, perhaps.
Okay, I've been there before. I like the Rudolph.
You actually already bagged the 10 on one of my quizzes on the vPub in August. You bagged the 10. I remember it.
No, I think, was there not some ambiguity there though? Was there not?
I think,
was it a straight 10?
I think so.
Okay, I'll take it.
Take it, bag it, grab it, bank it.
Under the rules of the quiz at the end, we play it to our own rules, right? We follow the crowd if we want to. We take the points wherever they come. And if Lord Asshat decides that I've already had a 10 out of 10, then fantastic. Honestly, when I get a straight, hard-earned 10 out of 10 in my own quiz at the end, it's like whiskey completed it, right? It's the job done. I'm feeling great. So I'm hoping that you can do this tonight, buddy. You're here. You've hopefully been watching and participating anyway in the background, but of course you're coming on to do a quiz at the end. But I might lean on you throughout to keep the scores, to keep a lid on things. So, as for each round of the 3 categories, there's 4 points for whoever comes away with the most votes, 3 for second, 2 for third. Yes. Yep. What did you say, Scotty?
Scotty.
Fantastic. So that'll be cumulative throughout tonight.
Mm-hmm.
But there's also going to be a new game that drops in as well. And I don't know whether this will work or just make a complete mess of everything. But since everyone's going to get a shot at the new game, I am going to suggest to you that you keep scores of the new game and make that cumulative as well.
Okay.
And then at the end, before we go into the quiz at the end, we'll be able to see how close things are or how far things are. And there might be a winner before we even hit the quiz at the end. And at that point, we can decide whether the points that was going to be earned at the quiz at the end is going to decide the winner of the night, or whether we can crown a winner straight away. So we could make the whole day, the whole session, the whole evening, the whole vPub cumulative rather than just session by session. Does that make sense?
Makes perfect sense.
Okay, buddy. The scoring for the new game that I'm going to introduce to you, hopefully it's going to be simple enough for you to follow along. What have you got in the glass, Menno?
Some Hazelburn.
Oh, okay. Slumming it with a wee Hazelburn, are you? Fantastic. You're doing it right, big guy. You're doing it right. Well, I hope that keeps you warm in the background. I'll not bring you in blind. I'll always give you a wee shout. If you ever have to be away from keyboard for anything, I'll be looking down at the wee window and I won't bring you in if it's empty or whatever.
Cheers.
And we'll see you throughout this evening. Menno, thank you as always for looking after us. Let's see if I'll be thanking you at the end of the night. Cheers,
Very
man.
nice. Cheers.
Our man from Belgium going to be looking after the scores in the background, maybe participating a wee bit too, and bringing us the quiz at the end. Looking forward to it. Okay, that means that we need to welcome in our folk. Now, usually I've got an intro prepared, but just now at this moment I realise that I don't have an intro prepared, but I'll wing it. I'll bring in the first bottle chaser, one of the guys that I would consider not just one of the best gentlemen I've ever come across in the community, but one of the nicest, kindest gentlemen I've ever come across in my puff. Some of us know him as Kilted Moose. We just know him as Scotty. Scotty, how you doing? Good to see you, big guy. Welcome in. You're muted.
Here we go.
Yeah, it's okay. Nobody heard all those horrible things, right? You were saying.
Anyway, hello, Roy. Hello, Barflies. And what a lovely intro. It's absolute nonsense, of course, because I'm an absolute idiot. But thank you anyway. It's very kind of you.
I know, but we need to really get to know you before we discover the idiot. And that's where the true treasure is. Then I'll bring in the next local barfly, let's say, a guy that I've come to not only rely on as a friend, but rely on as a roadie, a sounding board, a ball of enthusiastic energy. Just when you think the batteries are flat, you reach out and you call on some Sevi. How are you, buddy?
Hello, Sevi.
Hey, how you doing, Scotty? How you doing, Roy? Good to see you.
No bad. You've got about 20 years left before you look like a genuine Santa.
There's a bit of grey coming in here.
How are you doing? Yeah. Good?
I'm good, yeah. Tired. The baby, as you heard in the start here, is still crying, so hopefully you can't hear him and stuff like that. But yeah, fatherhood again.
It's all quiet now, and you're coming in especially loud and clear tonight. You've had a wee upgrade to the equipment, and it's nice to see. Fantastic. And let's make it a foursome. Let's go across to the West Coast US and see what we've got waiting for us there. We've got our man, the man with the golden voice. Time for a dram, but we know him as McQuee. Gregor.
How you doing, Roy? How you doing, Barflies?
How you doing, buddy?
Nice to see you all.
It is. It's brilliant to have you, buddy. Thank you for getting festive.
Hey, look at this.
Look at this. Always showing the rest of us up. Stand up and give us a wee look at the full glory of the outfit.
Check this.
I was a wee bit worried he wasn't wearing any trousers, actually, a la Zoom call.
So that's like a marsupial Christmas jumper. You just reached your hand into your sock there, did you not?
I have. There's something in there for later once I'm a dram in.
Oh, look at this. Okay, Jesus. Fantastic.
Okay, right.
Well, thank you guys for getting festive, for getting into it all. I don't know if I think you're probably, because it's a gamified vPub, you're maybe a wee bit on edge and you've not been hitting the whiskey like you normally would for a Thursday evening. Relax. This is going to be easy. Piece of cake. You've all got a whiskey to present for each of the three categories throughout tonight. And the three categories are, of course, the stocking filler. I don't know if stocking filler is an international concept, but everyone hangs stockings at Christmas, right? Most English-speaking countries do, I think. And it tends to be the stuff that goes in the stocking is kind of like incidental little small side gifts. Would that be right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's what I picked.
Tangerine.
Mandarin.
A tangerine.
Yeah, exactly.
And if you're in a wealthy family, a tangerine with a coin sellotape to it, right?
Oh,
A 50
A wee bit of money.
clearly we weren't. Roy was. We never knew about that.
I
coin.
never had that, but I heard about
I
it.
got
I think.
I got
And
50
then-
pence.
So that's obviously our value choice, our first category. That's the one that we'll be hitting first. Then we're going to move into the one that everybody's going to love, the party pleaser, which is a wee bit the exact same as the crowd pleaser that we normally do. And before we finish off in the third category, that's going to be, you know, this channel's built on sharing, right? Sharing, getting together and enjoying whiskey. But let's be honest, it can be pretty fantastic just to sit with your feet up on your own, nothing else going on in the world, just you and a wee glass of something nice. And that's the indulgent pour. The thing that you're pouring for yourself when you've got everything there on the shelf for a quiet moment, you want to mark a special moment. What's it going to be? For each of the categories, we're going to put it across to the community, to the barflies in the lounge. They're going to vote and they're going to decide who's getting what. A dram's just come in from Derek McGrainer, a generous dram from a pal over in Ireland. He's saying, thanks, Roy, and all the barflies for a fantastic year. Hope you all have a great Christmas and a fantastic new year. Let's raise a wee glass to a pal over in Ireland, Derek. Cheers to you, fella. Thank you for your generosity, my friend. Happy Christmas, Derek. And also Nick Tilling as well has bought us a dram. Cheers for another year of great content. Enjoy putting your feet up. I will do, Nick, and I hope that you do too. Thank you very much for your generous dram, Nick, and thank you, Derek. Cheers, boys. Let's start with Scotty. What's in the glass? You mentioned Klein Leash.
Aye, just as a wee warmer drum. Where's the bottle? Aye, it's one of the signatory vintage ones. One of the ones you used to be able to buy. This is 11 years old, distilled in summer of 2008 and bottled just before COVID in 2020. And it's 11 years old, a bourbon barrel, no messing about. Clean, waxy, delicious, classic Klein Leash.
What's
wonder
the
if that's
cast
the
number in
bottle.
that, Scotty?
The cast number? Now you're asking. It's I can't see, you've not got my glasses on. Right, it's 8,154.
I think that's the one that we all bought at the same time, is it not?
188
Maybe not.
bottles.
You've got it.
Nah.
That's the same one.
8,154. Well, now I'm feeling left out.
You still
That's the
feeling
last
really
thing.
confident, McQueen?
Aye, I know, McQueen, you and your nonsense.
I think I've peaked already. I think I've peaked.
I think
This is
you've been talking some amount of trash from do you know what I mean, from Leith via Portland, Oregon, about going for the double. What do you think, Scotty? Do you think he's got it? He's been very confident.
He's going to be like the Jambos, like the Hearts. He's going down.
Yes.
Unfortunately, not.
Look at that.
Look at
It's
this.
not the same one. This is a
Is it not?
96 8787, which is a sister cask of the famous 8687, right?
Yeah.
It's a refill sherry, but so no, I think I did have that one, but I polished it off because it's pretty good. It's a good one. Sebi, what have you got in the glass?
So Roy, I've got. We talked about this a little bit off screen. I was rummaging through the cupboard. Thought I'll go to the back one that maybe that I've not had in a wee while, and I pulled out this bad boy, which is one that we both said. I don't maybe go a wee bit closer. It's a boutique whiskey company, Dalhuin 15. There you go, batch 2 at 47.5%. It's an absolute belter. For me, it's very, very akin to like a mix of Deanston and Klein Leash. There's some lovely waxiness to it, and it's an absolute cracker. And I kind of feel it was under 50 quid, I think, when we
I think so.
2018 when it came out.
And I'm realizing that the bottle I've just held up is this is still sealed. Can you see that?
Oof.
Seal is still intact. You see what's happened here?
Oh.
So I think the best thing I can do there is just get this cracked open tonight and just get torn into it. But I bought a couple of these because you're right, Sevy. This was a very, very good price back in the time. But this is another pre-COVID bottle, a bit like Scotty's Klein Leash. So now we go over to 8 hours. You're just, what is it, 10 past 2 in the afternoon for you, buddy, for Gregor?
10 past 2. But I'm officially shut for the year. I'm done. So it's all good.
Off hire. So that means there is something in the glass.
There is, but I can't tell you what it is because it's my self-indulgent bottle.
Right.
And that is because the other two are sealed. They're going to be cork pops today, fresh cork pops.
Uncorked. I've got the same idea for the third one. For my self-indulgent one will be an uncorking. So the rules were that when I gave it to the guys, obviously I'm playing along as well. So they get a slight advantage in that if they claim it's first come, first served, and if they claim a bottle that I was going to pick, which did actually happen this time, Gregor, thank you. He stole one of mine. It was who stole the other one? Was it Gregor that stole both two?
Did I? Surely there's points for that. Surely I
No. It's Scotty stole one, and Gregor stole one. So my entry level, my stocking filler, Gregor nicked it, and my indulgent pour, Scotty nicked it. It's a surprise that happened, but it happened tonight. Great minds think alike and all of the rest of it. So, will we just get it started?
Let's do it.
Sounds good.
All right. So what we're going to do, everyone will be able to hear as we speak in the background, whoever's campaigning, whoever's speaking. So if there's a bit of banter, a bit of heckling or whatever like that, same as last time, it can happen. But I'll take the stage first and I'll go ahead with my, what are we calling this one? Stocking filler, right?
Yep, that's it.
So here goes. I'm up first. So for the stocking filler, for that idea of something that you can just put in someone's stocking, just a no-brainer type. I want to shout out to Jeff Whiskey, actually, who's bought me a dram and I never spotted it. He's saying the new game will slap, pal. Cheers for all you do. Thank you very much, Jeff. And I'm sorry I missed your dram. And there's also one coming.
That still counts as your time now. You're using your valuable time up.
Game over.
And Jimmy Legs dropped in as well, saying, I sure do love 3 of these guys. Thank you, Jimmy. I love the 3 of those guys too. I love you too as well, buddy. I hope you're doing well and I'm looking forward to a great Christmas. So I focused on this, something that had a Christmassy feel to it, but still had zero anxiety when it came to value. You could pour it neat, throw it over ice, you could make a mixed drink with it, and it still had enough flavour there to hold up into a mixed drink or a cocktail. This is something that almost never gets mentioned in our community or whatever, but I'm often shocked at the value of it. I'm holding up here a bottle of Edrington's Naked Malt. Now, the bottle that I have is no longer the thing. It's got Naked written on it now. I've still got the embossed grouse, which has now been sold to William Grant's. But this has since been changed, so I think that this remains part of Edrington Group going forward, and they've just called it Naked Malt these days instead of Naked Grouse. This bottle's been around here for quite a while. However, if you turn up at the local supermarkets in the UK, you can often see this for as little as 18, 19 or 20 pounds. Really, really fantastic value. I would happily recommend this to people just feeling their way in whiskey when they're looking for something, or they have expressed a desire or a love for something a wee bit more sherry cask forward. Like I say, that Christmassy vibe. This value pick is a stocking filler. Let's not be a snob about it. I put it to you that we've all forgotten about Naked Grouse.
Okay.
Not heckle in sight.
I know it's early doors. Like there's no heckling yet, but there will be. I've not had that bottle for a long time, years. But it's a good shout, Roy.
I think it's one of these ones. But did somebody not put it forward as an honourable mention?
I realised I did you a favour. I gave you options because I was putting in honourable mentions. I had it in.
You did.
A couple of years ago, I picked it up for what, 30 quid or there or thereabouts, and I rinsed the bottle the whole Christmas, the whole festive period, just going house to house and whatever. It was great.
So you endorse it as a perfect pick, as a stocking filler?
Well, second place.
Remember, he's fishing for points. He's fishing for points.
Do we all remember our pal Aaron, who travelled all the way over to the Glasgow weekend from San Francisco? He's saying, "Happy Christmas, Roy. It's been an amazing Aquavita experience this past year, and I can't wait to see what 2025 brings us. Slantia, super, super generous. Dram, Merry Christmas to Aaron. Boys, raise a wee glass to our man, Aaron. Cheers."
Cheers, Aaron.
Cheers, Aaron.
Fantastic. Aye, no, I wasn't fishing, and honestly, Gregor, it was already on the list well in advance of you sending through honourable mentions. I did say to you, no need for honourable mentions. Okay, who's up next? Let's go with Scotty. My friend, take the floor. Let's see what you've got for the best stocking filler.
Okay, thank you very much, Roy. Hello, everybody. Okay, so this one, Sevy's just been talking about a Dalyoun, the boutique whiskey company. I've gone for a Dalyoun, but I've gone for the Murray McDavid range of the Cask Craft, which came out, I think, back in March. This is the creamy and sweet bourbon finish quarter cask. This retails for about between 28 and 32 pounds.
Yep.
It's 44.5%. There's no restatement. It's natural colour, it says in the back. But there's also some practical information in the back as well about the casks are from the Koval distillery in Chicago, the first American city I ever visited. But it's not an restatement, but it's got a really typical Dalyoun character. So it's a little bit gristy. It's got a little bit of wax. It's also got ice and sugar, lemon rind, that kind of mineralic thing. So although we don't know the age of it, what it does have is the essence of Dalyoun. And for 28 quid, 30 quid, it's a perfect sit in the sofa, Sunday night watching NFL Red Zone, just enjoying it. You don't have to dissect it. Just go in, enjoy it, and have another pour. It's delicious. And if you like Dalyoun, and especially if you like Dalyoun in a bourbon barrel, it's cracking. They've got other ones. I've got another one here as well, which is a sherry finish, but it's a sherry finish linkwood.
You only get to choose one, Scotty.
No, I'm just saying the range. I'm just saying the range. But also, it says in the back of these, it's got batch numbers in the back as well. I wouldn't really love that in other bottles as well. Actual batch numbers, so we can judge what we're getting. But my value pick is a lovely bourbon finish, creamy and sweet, from Murray McDavid, 28 to 30 pounds. Brilliant. Thank you.
Fantastic. I have to say, it's a pretty good pick. I mean, that Cask Craft series from Murray McDavid, like I say, I'm not necessarily endorsing yours over mine, but I back you up on the value proposition there, Scotty. They're rarely above 35, 38 quid, right?
Mm-hmm.
Most of them non-age statement, of course, but they've always got a different twist, whether it's bourbon cask like that one there, quarter cask like that one there, or Madeira, whatever it may be. 44.5% ABV, I think they are.
Yeah, they're all 44.5. I would say as well that the sherry finish linkwood here, there's a Madeira finish linkwood as well. They're still available, like they're all over the place. They've kind of been forgotten about, but I think for a single malt, for 30 quid, 30 pounds, you can't go wrong. So yeah,
it's just great value sipping, right? And you know, we're not going to have a go at them for reducing the ABV below 46 and the chill filtering or whatever that may come with that. I've just put forward a naked malt, for goodness sakes, 40% ABV. But Luna Aaron is backing you up as well and saying already in for the Dalyoun. Really love this range from Murray McDavid.
Thank you.
I don't think you can go wrong with Dalyoun, man. I think Dalyoun's such an I don't want to say underrated because that makes it sounds like not many people drink it. Like loads of people do. It's a very consistent, top quality dram for me. I don't think that I've had a Dalyoun where I've gone, oh no, I'm kind of going to put that one aside. They're always really easy drinking, and especially the bourbon cask ones. And you know, I'm not always the bourbon cask man. They're just sensational to drink. I think so easy.
Yeah, absolutely, Sevy. Thank you for your vote.
No, I think it's good.
What's the ABV, Scott?
44.5. The whole 44. Range. Yeah, the whole range.
Roy, remind me, if it's lower than 46, does that not mean automatically it's been chill filtered?
Well, I think so, Gregor. I think maybe that a couple of points off for that.
You're right, buddy. You're right, Gregor. However, I thought the first round we could start off kind of supporting each other a wee bit.
I'm here to win.
Listen,
Gregor's brought his competitive game, of course.
What I would say, can I just say this in advance? My next two picks are not chill filtered, so get that right, Rungy.
Right.
I did mention it. I just dropped it in the discussion there when we were talking about ABVs. I did kind of mention just for people in general, but immediately realised that I've picked a 40% ABV for my stocking filler. So
Nothing
here we
wrong with
go.
that. Nothing wrong with that.
Brilliant. Good start. Good start. We're not spending a lot of money. Let's see if Sevi upsets that. The floor's yours, big guy. Let's
Brora.
share what you're sharing for your suggested recommended stocking filler.
Okay, I've got mine here. Hey everyone. So everyone's going kind of like quite cheap. I'm, as you know me, I love my independent bottlers. I know Scotty's gone for one as well, but today I have gone for something as my stocking filler, independent bottled. Now for me, I think this could easily have also been the crowd pleaser, and in some respects it's probably not going to be your third choice, your kind of indulgent dram, but the essence of it is an indulgent dram. Now, I would challenge you in the current market to find something that speaks to you as well as this. It's the signature vintage Speyside M 13-year-old, 100 proof, 57.1%, 13 years old. And how often can you get a Macallan single? It's a first fill and refill Oral Russell sherry butts, and it's under 50 quid. I paid £43 for this. The 100 proof range is amazing. Like, it doesn't just have to be the Macallan, but I thought this one really spoke to me, because the fact is, where are you going to be able to find in this day and age a Macallan of this quality for under £50? It really is a phenomenal dram. I've tried the Ben Rinnes. I've tried the Glen Talkers. The 100 proof range, we've talked about it a lot. It's a great range. However, for me, this Macallan, it's batch number 25. This is batch 27. 25's been out already, and I think 29's just been released. So there's plenty of it around. I challenge you to get a better stocking filler Macallan for this price. Okay,
right. Yeah,
40 quid for a stocking filler? You're joking.
I know, made of money, man. I would say,
well,
Sevi, I agree.
Gregor, you know, I usually I'm all about the independent bottlers, so maybe I put myself at a slight disadvantage, because generally the independent bottlers are a little bit more expensive. But for me, like, when are you ever going to hear a Macallan as a stocking filler? A Macallan.
It's a good point. I think that you're right to say the range, Signatory's 100 proof range is fantastic. I've got a cracking 4-year-old heavily peated Ben Nevis. But what I would say is, Murray McDavid, right? These ones came out in March, way before Signatory started getting into the game. Do you know what I mean? Just saying.
Clearly,
the cask craft actually came out in 2023, Scotty. Whereas the 100 proof came about a year ago now, January.
What I would say for both of these is the fact that how good is it you can get good single malt at these prices in this day and age, you know, when things are crazy.
And there's a new Ben Rinnes there. I think it's 13-year-old Ben Rinnes that is. It looks like Coca-Cola. Now, I know you can sometimes buy it with your eyes, but it is thick. It is syrupy. I've finished my bottle. It's that good. I would have probably chosen that but it literally sticks to your ribs. It's like porridge. Like, and there's so many different options.
Let's not swerve the reality. You picked an above £40 bottle for a stocking filler. Clearly, in your stockings were rolls of coins with an orange stuck to it, rather than
a tangerine with a 50p sellotape to it.
Yeah.
All I'm going to say, though, buddy, is the fact that, as I said, it could have been also the party pleaser as well, because it's a phenomenal dram. I just want you to think. Tell me another place where you could get a 13-year-old fully sherry Macallan.
All right, we heard you, Sevi, right? So
$3.
I tell you where you wouldn't find it, and that's in my house. It's not going to be here, right? It's a hellish colour.
Look at it.
Sherry muck.
Beautiful.
Sherry muck.
Gregor, you should be right on this.
I am, but it's not right for the brief. You've not answered the brief.
Oh, pal.
If any of us are going to be put in charge of filling the stockings, based on price alone, I want Sevi to be in charge of filling our stockings. Right? That's a fair pushing the boat out. Well, you've brought a bit of pressure on yourself there, Gregor, with the criticism. Let's see what.
Can I just say before Gregor goes, right? last time Gregor brought out some, was it a stag? Because I can get it for £50, right? I don't want any of that nonsense going on tonight, Gregor, right? I want proper value. I don't want any of that nonsense, right?
Right.
Over to you.
Sorry, and he's giving me hassle for
that
a
I was
£53
also
gallon.
complaining. Yeah, I was also complaining about him using the retail for the stag last time around. But at the end of the day, big guy, at the end of the day, it's the community that speaks, and they voted him through. So
I know.
they gave the boy the
stag-
points. Let's see if he can hold it up. Let's see what Gregor is bringing for his stocking filler in 2024's Christmas vPub. Go for it. Floor is yours.
Well, Roy, you used the C word there. You talk about community. That's how I've picked. I've picked a lineup for the community, ultimately. What did the community care about when it comes to stocking fillers? Definitely not £40. That's way too much. £34 is what I'm paying. You're paying for this bottle. It's 6 years old. 6 years old. It's non-chill filtered. It's non-coloured. It's such a good dram that I've got to open a second bottle. That's how good it is.
And we know what it is. Get it uncorked.
Thompson Brothers, TBBSW. You know that. You know there's nothing that rivals the quality and the price on this one. Undeniable. That's my stocking filler.
Yeah.
Go for it, Scotty.
No, I'm going to say I can't argue with any of the picks, to be honest. They're all pretty damn good, I've got to say. I think going back to try to get a good bottle of malt for these prices is excellent, especially when we've seen the price of whiskey go through the roof. We can get quality for good prices, and that Todd Brothers is a good one. I can't deny it.
I have often said about that TBBSW 6-year-old, get it stocked up. I never encourage people to hoard bottles of whiskey. I really don't. I don't think it's necessary. I don't think it's a thing. If you've got a bottle that you love, fine, buy a backup bottle or two. But that wee 6-year-old will disappear one day. And we'll all talk about when we used to be able to buy that quality of whiskey for, Gregor said 34. I think it's crept up a wee bit now in the UK, £38. I've modified the price and given him his 34. I think it's been... Remember when it first appeared, it was £29.99 or something. It was £29 when it first appeared. But there's been a couple of duty increases since. Quite incredible value, quite incredible whiskey. I don't think there's a dud in our opening lineup.
We'll struggle against Gregor's one. Gregor's one, like to be honest, pal, it's a great shout. I think it's like, do you know what I mean? You've gone. Do you know what I mean? I think you've gone safe.
The poll is live now, and this is what I would really like to get across to people is that this is the Christmas party. This is you imagining going and buying whiskey for somebody else to put in their stocking. This is you going to be buying them something that you will be judged upon, but also, it's going to be something that you don't want to have a lot of anxiety about. So value has to come into it. It has to be well priced. It has to be something that fits the concept of being able to throw it into someone's stocking. But I also think, honestly speaking, put your hand on your heart, you would only ever buy something that you would want in your own stocking. Am I right?
Yeah. I'd be happy with any of these bottles.
Yeah. I agree, Scotty. I think if any of you put any of those bottles in my stocking, and obviously thank you for the Macallan, but they're great. They're all great trams.
You could have that Thompson's brother and a tenner. How about that? For the price of yours?
That's fair enough, pal. That's fair. That is fair enough. That is I'm not going to back down from my thing. I still don't think you can get a Macallan from under 50 quid anywhere in the world.
But we know who Sevy is. We know the stuff he likes. He would take the Thompson brothers and the tenner and upgrade to 100 proof Macallan. That's what he'd do. Upgrade in Sevy's perception, of course. Dave Barnes is saying that Gregor is the king. Hellswood is saying wouldn't be unhappy to find any of them in my stocking, says Helen. It looks like we've already got a winner. Can you guys see the chat? Can you see the poll?
Can I see the? Oh, wait on it.
Good. You don't need to. You don't need to. I'm going to
Oh.
keep it clear, but there's I mean, it's not even funny this time around.
I've just seen the poll.
I've just seen it as well.
So
And I'll hasten to add, I was last to claim my bottles, right? So you boys all had a chance to get one, or rather, Scotty and Sev had a chance to take that as your choice.
Well, I had Thompson Brothers down as my pick. I had to go and find another one after you took it. So it's the disadvantage of the host.
50%. I'm looking at it right now. It's creeping up.
Wow.
Yeah, 50%. Yeah.
You get a bonus point for 50%.
No, you get a minus point for every one you get right.
It's such a strong contender. I mean, it's a brilliant dram. It really is.
You can't argue with it. You can't argue with it. It's a crack.
Yeah. We're knocking on for 400 participants in and only 174 votes. So I would suggest that quite a lot of people are maybe watching on their mobile or something like that, which is fine. I don't know if the poll system actually works on the live chat. If you're struggling to get the live chat, go to the comment section underneath and swipe to the left and you see the live chat is there. If you're on mobile, I think that's the same on Android as well. If you're on desktop, everything should be quite apparent and pretty obvious for you all. But I don't think that me suggesting that more people participate is going to help me in this one at all. I think it's a fait accompli for me now. I knew it was a risky one, going for the cheap price over the what I would actually buy and put in someone's stocking. Menno is saying, do I get to subtract points for being overly smug? It's Menno. Yes, Menno, you get to subtract smug points. Absolutely, you're in charge, big guy. Jimmy Legacy, and as usual, Scotty is right and everyone else is wrong.
Thank you, Jimmy.
Well, the community don't agree with you in this one, Jimmy or Scotty. Danny Hebbington is saying Paul works on Android mobile Aquavitae. Fantastic. And Christoph has bought us a dram to say, looks to be a great vPub for you four. Looking forward to the replay. Cheers and happy Christmas, everyone. Christoph, thank you very much for dropping in and thank you for buying a dram as you do so if you're picking this up on the replay. Welcome back. Oh, we've got something nice in the glass. Arnie is saying, I couldn't convince Maria that a 50cl bottle of Balakin straight from the cask is a good stocking filler because of size alone. But I'll try again next year. Jim M is saying the poll works on mobile. Fantastic. Right. So I think we'll kill it now. Shall we kill the poll? I don't think there's anything going to change here.
Yeah, do it.
So Menno, it's very, very clear that I'm in last place with 8% for my naked malt pick. Next is Dilluin Caskcraft at £34. Scotty, I would suggest that it's a great pick, buddy, but it's a bit obscure in terms of market travel. It's not really distributed, I would suggest. Not a lot of people's had their hands on that range yet. 100% proof, fairly well distributed. Wherever Signatory goes, that's getting out there. Comes in third place, though. It's only 26% of the vote, Sev, not quite good enough, despite its value. Once more, the community favourite, the Oswaz favourite, the star, the best value, hand on heart, and the community's ratified it, the best value in whiskey in 2024, Thompson Brothers TB BSW 6-year-old. 52% of the vote. And with that, we can end the poll. 4 points for Gregor. Fantastic. Let's see if I can make this work. Well, I don't know if this will actually work. I've got a winner's hat here. See if you can wear it, Gregor. There you go.
Oh, aye.
Hey. You get the winner's hat for that round.
Nice.
Winning.
There you go, Scotty. Hopefully you can win a round so we can get a Santa hat on your head.
Yeah.
The chances are slim. Let's put it that way. But you never know.
Brilliant. Okay, so let's bring in Menno. Menno, are you okay with the scorekeeping? Yeah,
it's been fairly straightforward so far. Yeah,
pretty easy stuff so far.
Oh dear.
I'm in third place. Fantastic. Is that smug points you've deducted there, Menno?
Oh yeah,
brilliant.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I love it. Absolutely love it. Keep it going. I'll try and keep my smug in check for the rest of the session. I adore it. I really do. Superb stuff. All right, I tell you what we're going to do this time, and this is where things get a wee bit risky because I've been playing with the idea of a concept for a game, and I've been doing it for about 6 months now. I've just bounced it off a couple of people, but the first time that it was actually played in anger was Gregor and I. Was that about a week ago, Gregor? We tried it out.
Yeah,
and it seemed like it might work. So let's see if we can make it work tonight. I'm really not sure about this, but I'm hoping that people might be able to play along in the background because there's the end result of the game will eventually have to be revealed. And by that way, you can go and play along and decide whether you might have been able to get there before the people that are participating live on screen. But this concept, and I know it's going to be weird, but let's just go with it. It's called Bottleships, okay?
Hey, see what you did there?
Yeah. So we can kind of guess what this is, right? This is clearly a game based on the concept of battleships. So that grid game where you give each other coordinates to try and find each other's targets to win the game. But this is whiskey. It's the Whiskey Loch, it's the Whiskey Sea, the Whiskey Ocean, the huge variety of whiskey that's out there. So for this game, I wanted obviously to make it a whiskey theme. And behind that grid, I wanted everyone to have the ability to have a chance. If we just sat here playing battleships with each other all night, it would be pretty dull. So I've layered on a flavour map. So the Whiskey Ocean, the Whiskey Loch, the Whiskey Sea that you saw there, that grid, is based on a flavour map. And I'm going to place bottles on that grid based on the flavour map. I think Charlie McLean, this is one of his original concepts, but basically there's two axes. Smoky to delicate is the vertical axis, and then light to rich is the horizontal axis. So on that grid, based on that, we will be placing our bottles. There will be 3 bottles for each session. One bottle will take up a single grid square. That's the mini, the sample, the hardest one to get with the most points. Then there'll be the dumpy bottle, which is 2 grid points. That'll be the middle points, which is 9 points for getting that one, 2 points per square, Menno, and then 5 points for sinking it. And finally, the tall round, the tallest bottle will take up 3 points or 3 grid spaces on the map. And that'll be 1 point per square and then 5 points for sinking it, which totals 8 points. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
I think the best way to do this would just be to play it out. Okay. Now, Gregor can't participate in the first round because we already did this together, Gregor, you and I. So it's Sevi and Scott that's going to be up first.
Okay.
So here's our Whiskey Loch or Whiskey Ocean, if you like. And I'm going to place these two as Scotty goes up against Sevi. I'm going to place these 3 bottles on the map, and you guys have to find them.
Okay.
Let's see how this plays out. Luna is saying you should never play this game slightly pished, only a wee bit complicated. I think as it plays out, it won't be complicated. So we've got our flavour map there, light to rich on the horizontal axis, delicate up to smoky on the vertical axis. There are 6 squares in that map, but of course they are placed there based on where they would occupy their space in the flavour map. The flaw here, it's not where an expert would put the bottle on the flavour map. It's where Roy would put the bottle on the flavour map. So it's my interpretation of these bottles that you're looking for. Menno, who is furthest ahead on the scoring so far between Scotty and Sevi? Who gets to go first?
I'll give it to Scotty.
Okay.
I know. I think it's
Menno.
Sevi.
That was charity. That was charity.
Sevi's second. Sevi's in second place.
Yeah, Sevi's with his Macallan, right? So Sevi gets the honour to go first. Sev, if you understand, if you're stuck on anything, give me a shout and I can try and clear it up. But this should be self-evident as we play through.
No, I think I'm okay. I think I can go with what's been said. Although I would really like to see Luna saying "pished" in a German accent. I think that would be something quite enticing. going to go for F5, just simply because I've probably hit F5 quite a lot when I'm trying to get a single cast daft milk, because that's the refresh button for the screen. So just for the fact that it's in the middle, let's go
you're
for
going to
F5.
go for F5, and is that what whiskey are you dialing in on there, right in the middle of the map? Which one do you think?
I'm not. It was just a joke on F5 because it's the refresh button. That was. I'm probably not playing the game away.
The wheels are
fantastic. A good way to start it. Shall we just? Are you sticking with it?
Go for F5.
Unfortunately, no. Dead water. Open water, my friend. So it's over to Scotty.
Okay. I'm going to go for D8. And
D8.
I'm looking for the Lagavulin.
D8 for Lagavulin.
Yeah.
Easy pickings.
Open water, back to Severin.
Right. Okay, I'm going to taking this seriously now. Right, hang on. Right, I'm going to go G2. I think that might be Bruichladdie-ish.
Bruichladdie territory in G2. Open water. Scotty.
Jings.
Right. I'm going to stick to my Lagavulin quest, and I'm going to go for B6.
B6.
Yeah.
Oh!
It's a base hit. Right, okay.
A huge generous dram has just come in from our pal. This is Alan. I just need to take this. Look at the generosity here. This is quite incredible.
Alan, lovely gesture.
Well,
he's saying, what a fun format. I've always been blown away by your production values and creativity. Let's see how it plays out, Alan, won't you? Cheers to
creativity. Drunk night in the pub.
Look at the generosity that's been shown here. Let's just raise a wee glass and a happy Christmas to Alan. Thank you, my friend. Nice. Thanks for your kind words too. Cheers.
Cheers, Alan.
Cheers, Alan.
So right, Scotty is in the driving seat here. Menno, Scotty has just scored a point for revealing that square.
Right.
Where next, Scotty? You're in control.
So I'm going to I'm going to either go one up or one down. I'm going to go to C6.
C6.
Oh wait! That's a silly move. Anyway, do it.
No, you can change. You can change your mind. And I should say at this point, for the bottles that are more than one square, they can be horizontal or vertical.
Oh right. Okay.
You never put a bottle horizontal.
Yeah, exactly. Right, man. But I'll stick with C6. Go for it.
Oh, Sevi could swoop. So is Sevi going to stick with searching for his Bruichladdie, or is he going to try and come up and pick up some Lagavulin points here?
I don't know.
Sevi,
sorry, see the mini? Is that the Dornoch?
No, it's Glendronach 15. Sorry.
Oh, sorry.
I should have said what the whiskies are. Glendronach 15 is the mini. The Dumpy is Bruichladdie Classic Laddie, and obviously Lagavulin 16 is our tall round this time around.
Right, I'm going to go B7. Sorry, Scotty. I think this might be a B7 baby.
That's all right.
It's a competitive game. You need to go for it. So let's see. Oh! A point for Severin. And there's 6 points at play here for the if you get the next one.
So this basically means either Scotty or I get because he's going to go the other way.
I think it.
It's either
50-50.
Sevi, why don't you go for Sevi, go for D1.
Yeah, I'm gonna go B8.
B8 for Sevi to get a point for a square and sinking it, which would be drinking it for 6 points. Boom! The Lagavulin is gone.
Well done,
the Lagavulin has been taken out.
Gone.
Well done, Sevi. Well done.
Well done. Good man.
Oh. Sevi, you're in charge.
Right, I'm actually gonna go and try and knock out this Glendronach 15. I am gonna go for F6.
F6 for Glendronach 15. So just a nudge under Smoky and a nudge to the closer to Rich. Let's see. No. A glass of water for Stevie and over to Scott.
Okay, I'm going to go for. I'll go for G9 in the hunt for the
G9.
Glendronach. Yeah.
Rich.
Oh.
Back to Sevi. Splash in the water. I like the strategy. I like the thought, Scott.
Yeah, I think we're in the right neck of the woods in this quadrant, though, Scotty. Which will
so,
probably
mate.
mean that we're totally wrong. I'll go H7 then.
H7. I miss.
Okay, right. I'm going to just keep it going. I'm going to go for G8. We could be here all night, folks. G8.
G8. Miss. Keep it going.
Right, we may as well go G7 then.
Okay, right. I'm going to go up then. I'm going to go for away from Smoky. I'm going to go for F9.
F9. Oof.
Oh.
It's got a bit
Back to
there,
Sevi.
Raging.
F7.
Come on, Sevi. Boom.
Ooh.
It's like a cannonball through my heart.
That is a
That's
10-pointer. That's 5 points for getting it right and 5 points for sinking it. So that is maximum points right there, Menno. My goodness. Right, boys. Aye. Well, it's the hardest one to find, isn't it?
Right.
That is.
So,
Good job, Zebby. Good job.
We were right. We were in the right neck of the woods, though, Scotty. Do you know what I mean?
We were, man.
I think that.
So where would Roy put Brook Classic Laddie then?
Oh, it's gonna be. Is it Sevi? Sevi.
Yeah, Sevi.
Yeah, I'll go. E4.
E4.
I know that's a bit generic, but
It's Smoky.
Uh-huh.
I think I'd go further down than that. Like, I think I would go towards. Yeah, I'm going to go down to. I2.
Oh,
I2 for Scotty. Really down to the delicate end of things. Light and delicate, light and delicate. No.
H3.
H3?
Yeah.
H3, Sevi?
Yeah, H3, yes, H3.
Okay. Oh!
Ooh, hello.
He's done it. He's
It's
only
one
gone and done it.
Right, it's 1 of 4, right?
That's right. It's 1 of 4.
Maybe you should go pro.
Yeah, I can't go pro bottle shipper. Right, okay.
I didn't know I was up against a ringer.
Yeah.
H2, Roy.
H2 for Sevi to take. Honestly, it's a wipeout if this is right. H2. Scotty's in with a chance. He's in with a chance.
Right. Well, because here's my reasoning here. Right, the Lagavulin was horizontal. One shot. I'm going to go for I3.
Ooh.
I3's locked in, Scotty.
Yep.
Launch.
Launch it.
Right.
Oh, it's a miss. It's a miss. Still a 50-50 for Sevi. Still 50-50.
Is that D3? I'm going D3. Is that right? Is it D3?
That's a G.
One above
That's
it?
a G.
No, he said D. Take his first answer.
He said D3.
Sorry, G3.
D3.
Sorry.
That's a
No, G3.
G3 for Sevi. Menno, what points is Sevi on?
It's currently on 19.
Oh my goodness. It's a wipeout. Okay.
Could be a
Let's
clean
see.
sweep.
Launch for G3. Job done. Ooh. Nailed it.
Well done, Sevi.
That takes care of that.
A bit of luck there. I was playing Squid Game, but that's why I was just. There's a guy coming with a sniper rifle coming soon.
I've used all my years of gaming knowledge to completely get wiped out. It's all good.
So how are the scores doing, Menno?
Let's not go there, Menno. Don't worry about it.
No, we'll just go to the quiz at the end and skip the rest. Call it another evening.
Listen, there's two more
Sevi's
categories
currently
to
on
go.
24.
And there's sorry?
Sevi, he scored 3 on the bottle, and then
Yeah.
21 points makes 24.
And can
Okay,
we
we
Gregor?
have a-
Can
Menno,
we,
is
running away.
Menno empowered to give out bonus points just when he wants?
Menno
Yep.
can do what he wants. And that,
Menno,
I think if-
Menno.
He can
Very
do
good.
anything he likes.
Menno, watch my hat. Menno,
No,
look, there's a point in here. Look, watch. Wait.
I would dock him points for this, mate. This is
This
ridiculous.
is shameless, McQueen. This is shameless.
Appalling behaviour. I mean, I
Look.
don't want to try and influence.
Look, I just changed the colour of my hat.
Wow.
Because Santa's known for wearing a green hat, eh? Right. So what I would say is, Menno, as an impartial person in this quiz, Gregor is
Oh, I
clearly
forgot
trying to talk back to you and ask you questions, and I think that deserves a 5-point deduction.
I
I even forgot to add Sevi's points for sinking the last bottle.
Yeah, of course.
So
Oh my God.
it's
a wipeout.
it's not even 21. It's actually 26.
So, but there are more games of Bottleships for somebody else to come in.
Good game, Scotty. That you were unlucky there, especially with that lag, everyone.
Thanks, man. Right, I'll be back.
Right, let's get moving on. Are we ready to do our next political campaign?
Yes,
Our
let's
next
do it.
putting the case forward for the bottles. Menno, I'll draw you back in. I'll update your score slides, bring it back in for a wee bit later, bud, and I'll see you in a second. Thank you. It's good to have Menno in participating. The next category is the party pleaser. I asked each of you to pick up something that you could turn up to any Christmas party and put this bottle on the table to share with absolutely everyone, and with a very, very high chance that the majority of the people that are trying it are going to love it. It's quite a tricky remit, but it's absolutely possible. It's absolutely doable. Would you agree?
Yes.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm going to reverse the order this time. I'm going to start with Mr. McQuee. You take the floor. What would you be bringing to a party, Gregor McQuee? Take it away.
Well, again, thinking about you all, thinking about the community is where I rooted my choice. What bottle do you want at your party? And I was thinking about a few details. Let's just
Brora.
Elephant in the room. It's not going to be a peated dram because that is going to be too divisive. So that removes the finish for me, or the influence. So no peat.
Oh,
We're a mixed crowd. We like some of our drams punchy. Some of us like our drams really impactful. Some like delicate. So you want to pick a proof or an ABV that you can nuance and tweak it to what you want. So you want a cask strength. So that's what I've picked as well. You want a good bit of age on it. So I've picked something that's 12 years old. And because it's festive and it's the end of the year, and we maybe a lot of us embrace our sweet tooth, a wee bit of sherry's a good idea. So I've picked the 2023 Bunnahabhain 12 cask strength.
Oh, cask strength.
Hello.
What's the ABV?
60.1%.
60.1%.
Because
That's a party,
if that's too
everybody
much
fall
for
over.
you, you can add water and knock it down to how you want. But here's the thing: this will get the party going.
But the party will be over within half an hour.
Or
Everybody
it
will be
will
climbing the
end it.
floor.
Yeah.
We're at an
It'll be
age
like-
we're happy for that.
Oh dear.
60.1% ABV.
Come on. And can I just say, the Oswas cannot be wrong twice.
I don't know what to say.
60% as a party pleaser.
60%.
Wow.
Here we go.
That's like spiking the punch
Wow.
at the prom.
The chat.
How long did it take us as whiskey lovers when we first realised that we actually enjoyed the thing? How long did it take us to realise that we could neat sip a 60% dram? I think it wasn't an immediate thing, right?
It's still not for me. I still can't do it.
You
Is that
can't
not
do
like-
cask strength.
I wouldn't sit with a 60% whiskey and just drink it neat. I wouldn't do it.
Mm.
Pal, that's like 5% off hand sanitizer.
I mean, let's not change the camp. Let's not pretend, Sevi, that you're not drinking cask strength. All right.
Hand sanitizer.
I better check what mine is.
Well, we'll get to hear a bit more
Mine's
from
not mine,
Sebi
yeah.
because he's up next in order to go up against your Bunnahabhain 60% cast strength bomb. Let's see what Sevi is bringing along to this party. Take it away, big guy.
All right, everyone. I may have spoken a wee bit too soon, simply because mine is under 60%, but only by 0.5%.
That's up all here.
So, but my party pleaser, and it's actually a bottle that is relatively new to me, but I have sunk quite a few of these drams socially. I've actually given them to friends who, and well, all friends, and just actually general kind of people who I'm with, who have some folk that I don't know. This is a great dram. Now, again, it's an independent bottle, and it may lose points for the idea that it's a little bit niche. However, this is a 17-year-old liquid, and it's only £62.
Oh,
The reason I say,
I've had this.
yes, you
What
have.
a cheap
The
party
reason I
you
picked
throw.
this
So
as
it's
the
a cheap
crowd pleaser
party.
is the fact that everybody who has had this at bar in question has said this is an absolutely incredible dram. For me, the crowd pleaser, and it's even in the name, is the Bonnacord's Punter's Dram, 17-year-old liquid at 59.5%. It does not drink like that. That's why I was quite surprised that it was that high, because I didn't even check it. However, what I would say to you is, you have to get it at the Bonnaccord. It is actually, I spoke to Thomas earlier, it is still available. There is still bottles for it, but it's
paid
worth
advertisement.
Well, the fact is, the thing is, if you go
Menno,
there,
the
you
duck
can
was
try
right.
it.
that's jealousy for Gregor because he can't get to the Bond to pick up one of the last bottles, right?
But the thing is, Thomas, I spoke to Thomas earlier to say, because I said, look, I don't want to kind of say, and I don't want to send loads of people your way, but he says there are bottles available in the shop, the regular thing that they do, and he is obviously, if you contact him, that's all your kind of aspect. But I thoroughly recommend this. I bought drams for people for this. Somebody has given me a dram of it. It is absolutely beautiful. It's light, it's fruity, it's super, super accessible. It's everything you want from a punter's dram. It's just, and again, 62 quid for a 17-year-old liquid, absolutely out of this world. That's all I can say about it. It is really that good.
I have had a dram of that, and I would agree it's excellent. But
and it's worth going to the Bonnaccord just for one of those.
I mean,
it is.
I don't even have to throw anything in. I just read out comments. Kevin Olin says Gregor understood the assignment. There we go.
Fair enough.
There we go.
But pal, I'm not like you. That's the whole point. That's the best thing about whiskey. We are totally different. And the fact is, I'm like, if someone wants to come on an adventure, go to the Bonnaccord and try one of the drams. You will absolutely not be disappointed. And
Make a dram decision is saying, how do I get invited to that party? Fernando's saying, I'd love to be invited to Gregor's party. Valsgraf Klaus is saying, just as it jumped, Klaus, I'm so sorry, buddy. My chat window it seems to be crawling, and I think I don't know if it's protest. Oderty is saying, holy moly, what a party. I think I'm going to need to refresh my chat window.
I think mine's an acca as well.
Is yours slowing down as well?
Yeah.
Mine's okay. I've got it on the iPad.
It looks like it's YouTube that's slowing down. We'll try and stick with it.
Okay,
that's two.
May I say the last thing though is, if you are in Glasgow, get yourself along to the Bon and try this. You won't be disappointed.
Did YouTube just crash for anyone?
No, I'm still going.
No, I'm still going. I think. Oh,
can I just say, if you go to the Bonnaccord for a dram of that, it is £6.50 a dram. Well, that's 17-year-old.
£6.50
a dram.
Yep.
There you go. 17-year-old liquid.
All right, you've had
£6.50 a dram.
Right, wrap it.
Right,
that's the party. That's the peak. You've dropped the banger of a tune. That's the party right there.
No, that lovely Elijah Craig 68%. That's my one, but I need a wee bit of water in that even. So anyway, you guys have had
over to you, Benro. You take the floor, son. See if you can follow. What can you do against the Bunnahabhain and Linkwood cast strength numbers from the boys?
All right then. Okay, thank you, Roy. Right, so Christmas time, right? Christmas time, everyone says, "Oh, a wee sherry dram." Gregor, "Oh, sherry dram. God, that smells like Christmas cake." So with that in mind, I've gone for a refill bourbon barrel, right? We're not getting any sherry muck in my Christmas party. So I want to give a shout out to Grain Whiskey with my pick. I think Grain Whiskey is fabulous. It's quite often overlooked, and it's much cheaper. But I'm going to present to you this absolute banger. It's by Fragrant Drops. Some people in the UK maybe heard of this, but this is
Got a ball in it.
34-year-old North British 34-year-old. Look, distilled in September the 9th, 89. It is refill bourbon barrel. It is a much more manageable 45.8%. Right? This
A chess party.
it's you can fill that with perfume after you're done with it. It's great, right? But this is a great bottle. So North British to me is one of the best.
That's a great.
It's one of the best grain whiskies. For me, North British has got a texture to it that you don't get in some others. But it's pure Scottish tablet. It's porridge, it's tablet, it's fudge, it's butterscotch, vanilla, caramel, a little bit of chocolate and a bit of cinnamon spice in it as well. It's a fabulous whiskey. And the kicker is, this is still available. 34-year-old, £95 right now at retail, right? I think if you give this to anybody, any whiskey fan, malt fan, blend fan, whatever, and you talk about grain whiskey, it's fabulous. It's just such a great, tasty, good value. And I would say value for what you're getting for 4 years in a refill barrel. Texture is fantastic.
95 quid, Scotty?
95 quid and you still get it. 34 years old. 34 years old. And it's just a beautiful, easygoing, sweet. I think you have to like sweeter whiskies, but it's not cloyingly sweet. It's got a little bit of white pepper on the finish there as well. Like, it's just a cracking grain whiskey. North British. You check out any North British, I think you'll be pretty happy. And Fragrant Drops have got some really good North British in their catalogue now as well. But this one in particular, I don't think you could go wrong. I tried this at a Glasgow Whisky Club tasting, came home and ordered a bottle because it was that good. So that would be my party pleaser. And I commend it to
for a producer that's kind of with the brand Fragrant Drops, certainly that's come onto the scene fairly recently in the last couple of years. They've made quite a splash already, right? They've really, and it seems to be people are super curious, and they have done a very, very good job of putting single grains in the bottle in order to get people excited about grain whiskey, which is a strange thing for a Scotch drinker because of the sweetness. And I would also suggest that a 34-year-old, what age is it, 34?
Yeah, 34.
So, okay, we're back in 1990, 1989 or something like
89,
that.
September 89.
Could have been a time where North British was actually processing and distilling corn as opposed to wheat. So you could be sipping there a Scotch corn whiskey, the closest thing to a Scotch bourbon. Yeah, absolutely, Gregor. Yep.
Absolutely, yeah. There's also they have great bottles of the range. They also have a cracking Glasgow distillery one, which is a 5-year-old or 6-year-old Glasgow distillery, pure first fill bourbon cask from the Glasgow distillery, and that's 60.1%, and it's a banger as well. But
it was one of the most interesting stands when at the last Glasgow Whisky Festival. We went, especially when you were talking about grains, that North British, especially, I think they've done 3 or 4 North Britishes, and they actually had 2 on the stand when we went up just recently in November. And the contrast between, I think it was like a 31 or something like that, beautiful aged grain, vanillas, all that kind of stuff. But they had a 15-year-old, which really spoke to me, which we tried side by side, and it was so different. It was spicy. It was like, it had a little bit of mint through it. It was really, really interesting. So, like, not necessarily just going for the super old grains, which again are great. That younger, I think it was 15 years old.
It was 15 years old. Was it a wine? Was it a wine barrique? I can't remember. It was a wine
maybe it was.
One.
Yeah.
But I think
it was interesting. I used to really good.
I used to buy the old Douglas Lane 10-year-old Port Dundas. It was just kind of straightforward, but it was ice cream in a glass. It was fantastic. But yeah, 34-year-old good quality whiskey for like 95 quid, man. 34-year-old, can't go wrong. Seriously, I think you'd love it.
And I think in the concept of the mission that you were given, Scotty, in order to take a bottle along, you know, you're taking it to a party. You're not going to have to explain to them the difference between grain and malt or anything. You just say, this is a bottle of whiskey for you to try, and then it's flavour first or whatever. What's the ABV?
It's quite low. It's 45.8.
So it's decent. It's decent in the
ABV. Party's winding down. The party's closing.
It's not all about getting drunk, Gregor.
Gordon just said that the one that we tried at the festival was the one that you've had. So the one that you've got. So that we tried the one 34. That you had. Yeah. And that was the contrast against the 15-year-old, which was just insane. It was really, really good.
That was because this was only bottled back in late July this year.
But see how you're talking about Port Dundas. For me, Port Dundas works really well as a young grain. If you remember when we were very lucky to go up to Douglas Lane Towers, we tried that 13-year-old Port Dundas that finished in PX, which was like something insane.
It tasted ancient. It tasted ancient, that one.
Let's keep it real. There can only be one contender now against me, right, Roy? What have you got? Come on.
See, Gregor's good. He's good at hosting, isn't he? He realises that the wheels are coming off and he brings it right back on board. It's obviously me that's turning up at the party now. I realise that I'm walking into a room that there's going to be some people there that might be interested in whiskey. Some people might be whiskey curious. The chances are that the majority of people aren't really interested in what I've brought along. However, if I do manage to get some people interested in what I've brought along, I want to bring something that they'll be able to walk into their local whiskey specialist and pick up. I want to bring something that they can easily order online from everywhere. I'm not looking at niche things that they have to go to a certain pub to buy, or they have to go to a certain independent bottler to buy. It's a party pleaser. It's something that everybody can get their hands on. It doesn't need to be sherry cask, one extreme of the flavour bandwidth. It doesn't need to be clean vanilla and coconut bourbon at the other end. It should be something that represents Scotch whisky right bang in the middle. It should be quality first. It should be something that you're proud to share and something that you can be effusive and enthusiastic about. You're at the party. You want to engage people. You want to pick up something and say, I love this liquid. Let me tell you why. They need to see the emotion in your face. They need to feel it. And then they need to taste it in the glass afterwards. And when you tell them the price, you don't want to lose them at that point. You want them to be able to go, shit, I can buy this. That story I've just heard, I can have. I've just given you a story of Clynelish. The gem in the Scotch whisky landscape at 46% ABV is still available with a 14-year age statement for £48. Sometimes, if your eye is sharp, cheaper than that. If you don't believe how much I still, despite how much I despair at Diageo, how much I love this distillery and how much I love this liquid, when we talk about perma-shelf bottles, nothing comes close to this. I can't help myself. I love it. For me to turn up at a party and to talk about something that's so perfectly balanced, so right in the center of the flavor spectrum. You can talk about anything and take it in any direction. And for people to feel how invested I am and how much I love the thing, it has to be something like that. £48 for the gem of the Highlander that is our beloved Clynelish.
Okay.
Good choice.
I've not had that.
I couldn't choose that. I couldn't choose that because I had that in my lineup last go round. So I removed that option. Oh, and wait. You've got £80 here for Bunnahabhain 12 Cask. I got mine for 65. Just saying. I'm just saying.
You can't pull that card twice, Greg.
Well, given the fact that you never put forward prices, the other two boys did. I had to just go with. And if you want to buy that Bunnahabhain 12-year-old, the 2023 expression that is, you'd need to pay £80 for it. I think the 2022 is long sold out, as is the 2021. You paid 65 quid, Gregor. That's a good price for that stuff, especially above 60% Firewater
No,
burn the
it's a
place
party
down.
in a glass. A party in a glass. The party comes with
ABV.
that bottle.
Party in a glass. One single
Again-
glass.
Again, I think good choices. Honestly, we've covered quite a lot of different areas of whiskey with these choices, right? Some different
Yep.
flavour wheels,
Yeah.
characteristics as well.
We've got grain whiskey and malt whiskey. We've got cask strength and regular kind of bottling strengths. We've got already. We're only 2 categories out of the 3. We've got a fantastic wee collection of whiskies on the go, right?
Yep, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Job
Again,
done.
any of those whiskies at a party, I'd be absolutely over the moon with. Do you know what I mean? There are 4 great bottles there. There's not a bad bottle between the 4 of them. You're picking between like small minutiae here. It's like, do you know what I mean? It's that all 4 of them are absolute party pleasers.
We need to leave this one open for quite long. The longer this goes, mine starts creeping up. I'm noticing.
I think I'll just kill it now. I'll just kill it, right?
The type of party that they want a loud music, all guns blazing, end of year blowout.
Well, we've only got 127 votes in.
Exactly.
So I'll keep it up there for another minute or 2. But currently, North British, the grain is in last place in 12%. Linkwood on 23, Bunnahabhain Cask Strength on 28, and in the lead, the ubiquitous, beloved, best Clynelish at 37%. So we'll just leave it ticking across for another minute or so.
I haven't bought a bottle of Clynelish 14 for quite some time.
See if you told me that it was completely the opposite order. If you told me it was completely the opposite order, I would have agreed with you as well. Like if you'd said that the North British was first, I could have got on board with that. Like, do you know what I mean? It's like I think the fact is that these, as I said, they're so good.
But it's also amazing how our perception is nothing like what potentially the community, that party that we go to, right? That place that we take our whiskey to is a bit like the community we're walking into now. It's going to just be full of different people with different ideas and different palates and things like that. And it's amazing to get that kind of that idea that whatever order that this poll comes back in, we're just accepting of it because we just know that there's
and also like you could also flip it and say, well, it's my party, right? so you'll drink what I want to, right? That's the way it goes, you know.
But you know, I think that this also shows, as in like when you're talking about the community, like I love, obviously we're talking about You're Blind on the Sunday of the Glasgow Whisky Festival, and like when we're doing the bar afterwards, everyone's bringing what they would bring to a party.
Yes.
And the fact
party of whiskey geeks, though.
Yes, I know. Fair enough, it's a party of whiskey geeks, absolutely. But at the same time, like I was astonished that we were looking at, what was it, a Springbank 15 unopened.
Aye. Nothing was 46% there, though. Nothing was 46%.
But I had the Macallan. I was offering people obviously that Macallan to try it, and they were like, "Nah, I'd rather have like the what was it, the Spirit of Birmingham, which again was an incredible." I was like, I don't even know, it was like 3.5 years old. But that was the amazing thing about it, was the fact that people were wanting to try different stuff.
Yeah, totally.
Okay, I think my vote has only increased for that one. I think I pulled out a peach there, I have to say. It's not for a whole lot of points for me, but it saves me from my single point that I was sitting on before this. With 41% of the vote, it looks like I'm going to pick it up for Clynelish. Bunnahabhain comes in second on 28 for 3 points. Linkwood comes in third for 2 points at 21%. It's catching up. That Punter's Dram was starting to catch up Gregor there. And North British coming up with 11%. So I'll end that poll now. 165 of you voted there. Thank you all very, very much. That's brilliant. Menno, make sure you chalk me up for 4 points on that one, my friend. 3 points. 3 points for Gregor. 2 points for Sev, and a point for Scotty as well. Good. Okay. Are we ready for a wee bit of round 2? I don't know if we enjoyed this, and I don't know if the people watching enjoyed this. Honestly, it's going to be interesting to see. But let's consider that I can't play this. To have 3 rounds, 2 against 2, 2 against 2, and then the 2 winners go head to head, and at the end, I can't play. I know where everything is. So of course, what we have to do is we have to bring in
the ass hat.
Lord Asshat.
Love it.
Let me
it.
get rid of the banner, Menno, so that we can all see you, buddy.
No, it's better with the banner up. Put that back up.
Don't you listen to them? I'm going to put you right up the top here. In fact, I'll put up the top the two people that are playing. Gregor and Menno are going head to head here.
Right.
Okay.
He's up for it.
Oh, aye.
Good stuff. Let's see if we can get through this a wee bit quicker than the last one.
Right.
There was a lot of mishits. Now, of course, what you're doing is trying to interpret where I would put it in the flavour map, and I realise that is the flaw here. But let's work with it. Your bottles today for this round are Menno and Gregor. Your mini is a Glenfiddich 12-year-old on a single square. Your dumpy on 2 squares is Glenallich's 10-year-old cask strength.
Oof.
Your tall round on 3 squares for this map is Ardbeg's 10-year-old. So I'll place them and I'll cover them up and I'll ask you, Menno, as the guest, currently on 0 points, you're not playing along, but you can take some points for yourself here. You can
More
get
important,
to
I
go
can
first.
take some points away from Gregor.
Points away from Gregor.
Love
I
you
like
too,
it.
Menno. Love you too. Merry Christmas.
Come on, Menno.
Take it away. Take aim.
Okay.
Glenfiddich 12.
Yeah, just let's shoot for the obvious one and go with D8.
Say again.
No, it's D8.
D8. D for Delta 8.
Mm-hmm.
And what do you imagine is away up there at the rich, slightly smoky end of things?
Yeah, I'm hoping you put the Ardbeg horizontal.
Okay. D8.
Yeah.
Open water, my friend from Belgium.
See,
Open water.
I
That
think
gives control to Gregor.
Ardbeg's got to be as smoky as you can get, so it's got to be even more up to the top right. I think. Is there anything richer? Where was Lagavulin? Can you remember where Lagavulin was? Was it?
It was up here.
There.
Yeah, it was up near
Don't
the
tell him,
top. Yeah.
Scotty.
So
Sorry,
let's say
I know.
I'm going to say B8.
B8. B8. Do we really think that Ardbeg is rich?
Don't give him any. Gregor does, right? That's it.
No, I made a mistake. Ardbeg is quite fragile underneath that smoky curtain.
Roy,
So I
have them.
think we're looking more towards B5.
B5. Open water. Gregor.
B6.
B6. Open water.
Oh, even lighter still then. Okay, B2.
Really?
Bang.
Oh, yes. There you go.
Ardbeg is delicate. Ardbeg is orchard fruit and brine and
Lemon and lime.
yeah.
Okay. B1.
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 Oh, Menno,
okay,
after
Gregor,
scoring 1
take
point.
it back then.
Gregor.
Come on, Gregor.
B3.
Open water.
Oh, you're kidding.
A2.
A2. I've lost the crowd chat. Oh, yeah, beauty.
Got it.
And yeah, C2, obviously.
C2. Fantastic. So that's you now on 8 points, Menno. And you're still in control of the board. Gregor, you can still come back from this. We've now got Glenallich's 10-year-old cask strength, my interpretation of where that would be on the flavour map. And Glenfiddich's 12-year-old is a mini single square worth 10 points on its own.
Okay. I'm going to shoot for the miniature and say H1.
Wow. So you've gone right to the light end of the spectrum, almost all the way down to delicate. Let's go with Glenfiddich's 12 at H1. Oh, no. Gregor.
I'll follow you. I'll keep going for that, Glenfiddich. Delicate. It is delicate, and it's light, to be fair. So let's say, what's that? I1.
I1. Open water.
Oh.
Do you know what's great about this game for me? I don't remember where I put them.
Isn't getting old great?
Yep. Brilliant.
Okay,
you
then
could play this, Roy?
H.
Go ahead, buddy.
Okay,
Menno.
H0.
H0.
Oh, wow, you're going super light.
Open water.
Oh, man. I'm trying to see if the crowd can help me.
You can lean on the crowd.
Come on, McWee, you got this.
I know. Come on, Gregor, man. Go for it.
Let's say IO.
I like it. man.
I0.
I like it.
Oh,
I have to say, there are a bunch of blends and all sorts that's much lighter than a Glenfiddich.
Okay. H3.
H3, bringing it back a little bit, Menno.
mm,
Open water still.
nice. All right, Ian Bruce,
The
I'm going with
Titanic
you.
sank faster than this.
I'm going to say I3. I3.
I3. Oh!
Ian Bruce, you're off my Christmas list.
Menno.
The Titanic
G-
sank.
G2.
Oh my God.
G2.
That's what I picked. No,
Open water. You guys, you're aiming.
I2.
is not the
I2.
best.
Come on. I2. This is the one. Let's move on.
Come on.
We've got it.
I2.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, well done.
Oh, yeah, beauty.
Magic.
Back in the game. Well done.
That's
Right.
10 points. That is
Well done,
10
Gregor.
points.
Well done, mate.
Oh, there we go. That was maximum. That was good. That's the best. That's the best points you can get here.
Yeah.
Yep.
So now we have Glenallachie's
Glenallachie,
10-year-old
yeah.
cast strength, which
Right.
still 9 points in it here. Still 9
Right.
points playing
I mean,
for.
that's-
So
That's thick. That's rich. 10 years cast strength.
Sherry Muck.
Almost as good a party as I'm going to have in 12 cask strength.
yeah, yeah.
Let's say I8.
I8, very rich.
Mm.
Too much.
Open water. Menno, you've
I
at the
think, I
end
think
of
we're
the can.
closer to G7.
G7.
I
Oh,
like that.
Oh. Right, Jimmy Leg.
glass of water.
My favourite barfly, Jimmy Leg. I'm following you. Go G8.
G8 from your favourite barfly.
Like a G.
You sook. G8 from Jimmy Leg. Boom!
That was for
Oh,
Menno.
Oh,
Jimmy said that was for Menno. It says there-
I'll take it. I'll take that.
Menno.
I'll take those points. H.
Come on, Gregor.
H8.
Yeah, don't hate me. Don't hate me, Menno.
No, of course not.
No hate.
Still love you.
H8. Here goes.
Nothing.
It's 50-50. No, it's not. It's actually 33% chance, but
Yeah.
okay. H8. Oh no! He's got it.
Well done.
Well
So
done.
that's
Oh no!
Good,
Have
He's
it.
only gone and done it. I'm not saying that's not a popular result.
Jimmy's going to
Menno.
be
So
serious.
should I give my points to you then, Roy, as you're not playing? Or
Jimmy says if Menno doesn't listen, he gets what he gets.
Fantastic. Well done, Jimmy Legg. Well done, Gregor McQuee. I don't know what the points are there, Menno. I hope you were keeping score, were you?
yeah, I've kept track.
Okay, good stuff. So when I next bring you back in, buddy, I'll get the wee screen, the score thing up, so you can keep us up to
Just
speed
give me a
with it
second.
all. But I imagine that it's going to be quite a bit all over the place. I don't think the quiz at the end on cumulative scores is going to make much of a difference. Are you ready to bring it in? You tell me when you're
I
ready.
am-
We can see what the
I am
scores
now.
are.
I've given you my points. And Gregor,
Oh.
obviously Gregor's points.
Well, that's very kind, but I suspect they maybe should have gone to Scott. Well, Scott's still in with a good chance of
I've
doing
got no
something. Oh
chance.
no,
No chance.
Scott, did you get beaten? You did.
Are you
Oh,
joking,
dear.
man? Just rubbing it in. It's fine.
I know. You should have given them to Scotty. Here we go.
I don't
Updated.
mind.
Updated.
All right.
13 for me.
Oh.
Thanks, Menno.
That's brutal, man.
Scotty, 4 points.
4
Look,
points.
we can see a fight developing here, and I like it. This is what I was
Aye.
hoping for. Scotty, it doesn't matter. If you and I are in the game, it doesn't matter.
No, I can still be a disruptor.
That's right. We can be disruptors. And we can be hecklers. We can have drink our Christmas drams and have fun and watch the fight develop between Sevi and McQuee. Fantastic. This is what I was hoping would build up. So there will be a head-to-head between well, the winner there is Gregor, obviously, and the winner last time round was you, Sevi, right? So there will be a head-to-head final of this before we go into the quiz at the end. So get your gloves on and ready for it. As we go into the third round, Menno, I'll bring you back in very, very shortly, my friend. Thank you. And keep a tab, if you can, keep a tab on these scores. Right, let's sort this back out into the order that we were originally in. Is that it? There we go. As we go into the last round, this is when we get to please ourselves. There's nobody looking in. Nobody's judging us. We're sitting on our own with our feet up, hopefully in a cozy spot, thinking about nothing, detaching from all the troubles on the planet with a wee glass of whatever we would consider appropriate at that moment. We're not sharing it. It's just for us. This is the indulgent pour. Over these Christmas holidays, may we all get a moment where we can just sit back and be mindful of how blissful that wee bit of peace and quiet is. What are you pouring, Sevi?
Ooh. Okay, everyone. This dram for me, it's a poignant one. It really is. So much so that I actually only have this tiny little sample bottle left of the open bottle. I do have another one in the background just because I was lucky enough to purchase one at auction. This is quite a sentimental thing for me because this was during kind of COVID times, or we'd managed to meet up and we were in Islay. The Bottlechasers, a few friends, Doc, Stefan, over in Islay. First meet up really since all the craziness went down.
It was needed. It was needed, wasn't it?
It was absolutely needed. And I'd struggled a lot with my mental health over kind of COVID and things like that. And I know a lot of people did, and it was difficult to kind of be kind of isolated. So I cracked open a bottle from my birth year, 1979. And for me, it was a poignant moment. We were sitting in a house right next to the airport on Islay, and Rolf was there, and we just poured this. Roy poured a Brora, which it's not. That was a lovely dram as well. But this has a real sentimental thing for me. And my indulgent pour is a Balboa 1979, 46%. Bought at auction for £220. It is obviously a very indulgent pour. This is the last of the bottle that I have from that day, and I have to say that bottle means a lot to me, and this dram means because it brings back so many amazing memories, and how much whiskey means to me, and how much the whiskey community helped me and each other through those kind of tough times and through tough times in general. Balboa 1979, 46%, but still an incredibly delicate, nostalgic. It just brings back memories. The nose, it's even slightly waxy. It's just got that beautiful old aged bourbon gorgeousness, which is not something that you'll hear me say very often, but it is an incredible jam, and I know I sampled it with so many great friends, and it's a moment that I will never forget.
Fantastic.
Yeah. Great dram, man. Great dram.
I remember the moment. I remember the trip. I remember how much we benefited from that. It was like a big, crazy blowout. It was wonderful to be there. Gregor, you weren't there on that one for the full time, but you even managed to make it across for a couple of days.
Yeah,
a rare occasion, right? And it was just fantastic. You managed to get a second bottle of that at auction as well, Sev, yeah?
I did, yes. That was slightly more expensive. That was $240, but still, you can pick them up at auction.
That's incredible.
It's a buyer's market now with the way that things are going. That's maybe worth a chat.
1979 vintage Balblair. And by the way, we're not talking about something that was bottled in the 80s at a young age or something. That was bottled about 2012 or something. When was it bottled?
28 years old.
28-year-old bottling. A 28-year-old going at auction there for £240. The primary market, the producers are now competing with the secondary, and what a mess we're in. It's just incredible right now. See, when you walk up and you think, okay, for a 25-year-old whiskey, this is what I need to pay these days. Nonsense. It's nonsense. What's being asked of you to pay that? It is rare liquid. It is scarce liquid, but your money is more scarce. Hang on to it. Be canny with your money. I know that I don't want to tell people what to do with their money, but I also don't want to get to a point where nobody can buy these lovely, elegant old things that Sevy's just described because somebody's put an arbitrary, thrown a dart at a price board to decide how much they're going to charge for it, which seems to be happening despite the fact of what's happened over the last 18 months. Auctions are where it's going to be at for the whiskey connoisseurs and canny drinkers in the future, it seems, for these kind of things. Sevy, that was a cracker. I don't know. I didn't want to interrupt you or heckle you on it because there was a wee emotional note to that as well. Enjoyed it.
The Balblair vintages I would recommend to anyone. It doesn't have to be a 79. It can be even the 05s. They are beautifully presented. They're 46%.
They were. Unfortunately, I suspect the reason that they changed that Sev to age statement is because people didn't understand the vintage and they realized that they were being undersold.
For sure.
Wonderful, wonderful liquid. We loved it. Follow that, Gregor.
I knew you were going to punt it to me.
Do you want to punt it onto Scott or me?
No, that's fine. It's fine.
Take it.
No. So when I have this drama, I think about my firstborn son. I also think about the first dog that we ever had, and those lovely walks we would go on, and I would think,
easy tiger.
These are great times. I'm joking. The Indulgent pour, just for me, this is where I did get a little bit selfish, but I did impose a few rules on myself. I couldn't pick anything that I would have picked before. You know, I would have probably put a Glengoyne 20. You guys know me now. I would have put a Glengoyne 25 in here, or a Cuboken 15 is like indulgent flavor and indulgent profile. But I've talked about them, so I didn't want to talk about that. So instead, I still said, okay, what bottles am I actively nursing and trying to stay away from and kind of eke out little by little? And that narrowed it down. I think everyone would expect me to go for sherry, and I didn't because I wanted to keep you all on your toes. But I picked a bottle that, funnily enough, Sevy, does have a connection to you. When I bought this in Denver, in Colorado, and I opened it while I was there. I was visiting my brother-in-law, and I opened it, and I was blown away by the flavour. And I messaged you boys. And Sev, you said to me, "Oh, that's a good one. It's got X% of wine finish." It was like, and I wish I'd gone back and bought another one because there was 2 in the store. But I will lament this when it goes. I know it's getting harder and harder to even get a sniff at another bottle. It's 56.2%, and it's Springbank local barley. 10 years.
Big guns.
It's savoury, it's smoky in the right ways, and it is indulgent. It's a savoury indulgence, and I'll savour every drop. And when you say just for you, not many people get a look at this bottle, I'm afraid. Very few. So Springbank local barley.
Yeah,
wow. I think McQueen just hit the nuke button there. My goodness. Local barley.
Yeah.
Well, the only criteria that we put on this, it was self-indulgence. If you've been able to manage to get yourself a bottle of that, then fantastic for the amount of people out there in the community that would love to even try a wee sip of it. So it's all about indulgent. What I would say when you mentioned finish there, wine finish or whatever it might have been, for Springbank, it's all full maturation. So they're not fanning about with finishing. They're maturing in cask and then vatting. They will sometimes take things out of cask and put it in a refill or whatever. But always be careful of using the maturation and finishing are different things. Just incredible liquid. We never knew how good we had it back in the day. Where, listen, local barley's never been easy to get a hold of, Sevy, right? It's always been something that you had to strive for. But in more recent times, it's become more and more difficult. A wee trip down to Campbelltown usually sorts it out, but that's not available to everybody. It's a good shout, Gregor. It's a good shout, but I wonder if the fact that it's so exclusive might go against you. So I'll take this one up because I've been last already, Scotty. So I'll take the next shout on this one, the self-indulgent pour. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take Gregor's super exclusivity, Sevy's 1979 unicorn, and I'm going to bring it right back to something that for the majority of everybody out there, the bottle I'm going to uncork in front of you tonight and put in my last clean glass is still available to most of us, even in the UK. The online sources seem to have been dried out, but it's still available at bricks and mortar places, the places that you, if you can, support, please. This is still available. It's a 24-year-old, fully natural product. They brag about how natural it is on the label. I would have loved for it to be in a 25-year-old for Christmas, right? But it's 24 years old. I paid £98 for the bottle that's in front of me now. But even if you had to pay retail at the point it was discontinued, you'd be paying £150 for 24-year-old, fully natural, official whiskey. Anybody guess what it is? Shout, boys.
Is it Glen? No, Anok 24.
Anok, 24 years old. Discontinued, but so much of it was available out there that it's still on the shelves, in the market, in the supply chain for everyone. You can still pick this up. And I guarantee you, you will not find another 24-year-old product at this price point to go up against it from an official source. That doesn't matter though, does it, Roy? It's got to be good. This is Anok. Even their 12-year-old at 40% is good. It's fantastic liquid. It is not typical aged single malt Speyside Scotch whiskey. Some people suggest that Knockdo, that the distillery that this is from, is a Highland, but we believe it to be a Speyside. Some people would imagine that that's going to be sherry cask, and there are sherry casks in this. That's just fantastic. When we talk about complexity and different things to find in whiskey, it's almost like a shapeshifter. You're not sure what it is. It's so complex. It's got that amazing spice, sandalwood, wood spice, cedarwood, all of that stuff, pencil case. But it's also got this really nice clove spice to it. It's just Anok. It's utterly unique. It's always doing its own thing. And I got this for £98. The bottle before that was 109. The bottle before that was 114. I've just uncorked my last bottle. Maybe it's second last. I might have another one. But when this is gone, I'm going to be sad. The good news is they are replacing it with a new 16-year-old ex-bourbon, we hear the rumours are. Fantastic. And I think that this is going to be replaced by a 21-year-old. We'll wait and see when it comes out. I'm obviously super nervous about the price point because this was safe harbour for all of us looking for a fantastic wee indulgent moment to have with something that is more than 2 decades old. Incredible stuff. Cheers.
Cheers, man. Good choice.
Good choice.
Yeah.
And all the while I had Gregor's wee Lego guy up there. I should have had my own wee guy up there. Oh, probably cursed myself now.
Well, can I just say we're all being very respectful for these choices. There's been no heckling, so please feel free to give me hell, right? We're being far too polite to each other. So.
Well, I think
Roy,
I think it's the emotion that we're putting into it. I think we're being respectful for the emotion. So what we need to do for the next time we do this is put in some category that's just for shits and giggles, right? Scotty, if you want to be heckled, we can arrange it. Take it away, my friend.
Okay,
what have you brought for your indulgent pour?
Well, first I'll just start by saying I'm on 4 points. I need all the help I can get. Thank you. So this one...
Vote for Scotty.
Thank you. That's
Vote
all
for
I have
me.
to say. So there was, I was on the Dramface podcast a while ago, talking about this, or talking about the concept of, rather than buying 3 bottles at 50 quid or whatever, buy one. Get your quality, because that's why we're drinking it. We're drinking for quality, not for mass. I tried this whiskey at a Glasgow Whiskey Club event, and people have been talking about it, and it's too expensive, and it is too expensive for what it is. But I bought a bottle, and I couldn't reach past it. Could not reach past it, and it was gone. I had to buy a second bottle. Not like me, especially for the price it is. This bottle retails for £150. But I absolutely love it. And what it is, it's the Bruichladdich 18-year-old Redefine. So the Redefine there, it's like a Porcupine Tree album thing, Re-stroke Divine. This is I think if you put this in a blind lineup, I think people might confuse it with a Kilkerran or a Hazelburn. There's the way I describe that kind of funkiness is plasticine. If you smell like a block of plasticine, I get it in Hazelburns, I get it in Springbanks, I get it in this. There's a definite fruity funkiness going on here. It is a really fruity dram as well. Predominantly bourbon cask, but I think there's some port cask in there and something else, but it's not overwhelming, and I don't like that kind of thing normally. It's a really fruity, beautiful dram, 50%. I know it's pricey. I know there's a lot of debate when it first came out about the price on it. But I've been through, this is my second bottle, man. Second bottle. And I'm trying my best to hold on to it. But when I want a dram, I'm reaching for it. Again, lots of information in the labels, all that kind of stuff. I wish it was cheaper. This will be my last bottle. I'm not buying this again. I'm not going to spend that kind of money again. But it's just a delicious, complex, funky, fruity, non-peated Islay whiskey. It's just delicious. I think I was actually toying about putting this in the second category, because I think a lot of people would like this as well. And it was the last minute I swapped it between that and the North British. But I think the pleasure this bottle has given me, it does match the money. And I know some of these it doesn't, but I would have no hesitation in saying, if you've got money and you want to buy one special bottle and you like fruity whiskies with a bit of funk and a bit of character to them, then you can't go wrong with the 18-year-old Bruichladdich that Redefine. So that's my fourth and final pick for tonight.
Well, Scotty, you know my feelings on this. I was so reticent because I saw the price when it came out. From the first sip to the last of my first bottle, I purred like a whiskey-filled kitten at every sip. The second bottle is already going down every bit as well as the first.
Yep.
And if Santa has listened to any of the prayers, so I don't know what bigger endorsement I can say for that one, but it's an absolute belter. Yes, 18 years old, £150, 50% ABV. No,
yep.
How much is it? 50% ABV.
50%, yep, ABV. Yep.
But I could not believe Bruichladdich would pull out a product with that maturity, complexity, balance, everything that you're looking in malt whiskey, and that's got everything in it that you and I should hate, Scotty.
Yeah,
wine casks,
port casks, all that kind of stuff. But it's predominantly bourbon cask. And as I say, I'm quite sensitive to wine finishes or that kind of thing, and I don't get it here. That it just brings a fruitiness to the bourbon maturation. Honestly, I can't really find fault in it. Like, I can't find any holes in it.
I can't. The price.
Well, the price, yeah, sure.
As more you talk, the numbers skewed a little. So we just want to keep this in balance and in check. The room need to choose a bottle you would choose. What would you choose? You know you would be choosing a Springbank local barley of those four. If I could pick any of them.
You sound like we're not going to get this political. You sound like a politician.
Come on. The room knows it. They know it. Look, see, it's gone 1% up now.
Gregor, Gregor, you're just playing the Springbank card. I've had local barleys.
You are playing that. That's a lazy option from you, McQueen.
It's not. It was the truth. Look, I'm nursing this. I've been nursing this for years.
Some local barleys are good. Some are all
Nah.
right.
Roy, I should say that you don't need to worry about your 24-year-old Anok. I might know someone who's got a few bottles stashed away of that. So,
is his name Sevi?
You can call time on the vote now, Roy. It's swung the way it should.
Right, okay, let's kill it. By the way, this is the closest one that it's been. Let's end the poll now. Let's leave it another 1 minute.
No, let's leave it a wee minute. Come on to
I'm going to go into the chat.
Finally, the label, even the label. I mean, come on.
I'm just, to be honest, I'm going to the Brook Laddie. I think so.
I think I can mute them all from here, everyone. Can I just click out and just mute everybody and stop your campaigning now? Leave it to the people just to vote. As I go in to say thank you to Finally Done, celebrating being a member for 12 months. Thanks for the last year. Here's to 2025. Finally Done. Here's to you in 2025 as well. I hope it's a belter. Christoph already mentioned, I hope. He said it looks to be a great vPub. Looking forward to the replay. And George P has gifted 10 Aquavitae memberships. George, and thank you so much for your generosity, my friend. Wonderful to have you here participating. Peter Lee, hi all Bottlechasers. I'm just home, been busy. Denise and I want to wish Merry Christmas to all you, including all the barflies. Here's to your good health. Here's a Merry Christmas to Denise and Peter Lee as well, our friends over there in Paisley.
Cheers guys.
Just finished their shift. Fantastic, guys. Thank you. And a drama in as well from Alan Smith. Good to see you, Alan. Got to meet this year. I hope we're able to hook up again in 2025, my friend. Buying us a wee dram to say Merry Christmas to everyone. Raise a wee glass to say Merry Christmas to Alan Smith. Cheers to you, fella.
Cheers, Alan. Gregor, what you doing?
Lots of stuff happening in the chat. But the big news from the chat is that the Springbank local barley, Gregor, it was so close, Brook Laddie. Looks like it was sneaking up there. 4 points for Gregor, though. Brook Laddie in second place. Anok in third, and Sevi, unfortunately, despite it being a 1979 vintage for 220 quid, because of the obscurity potentially, buddy, despite your emotional, heartfelt story that nobody heckled because we were on nearly greeting it, you still bag a point for it in fourth place. Whiskey with Molly Ben is saying, has Gregor been working out? No, I don't think so. I don't know what he's reaching. He's reaching into his marsupial pocket. Thank you for your dram, Ben. Thank you for your generosity, buddy. And thank you for everything that you and I have been able to achieve together throughout 2024, buddy. It's nice to have you as part of our community. All right. There is a final round before Menno is going to be requested to bring in what the final scores are before we go into the quiz at the end. Maybe it'll all come down to the quiz at the end. Obviously, the final round is, of course, Bottleships, the final round. And it is, remind me who it is. It's Sevi. Who's up against each other?
I've lost. I lost my one.
I think it's Roy.
Sevi's gone off camera very unprofessionally, Roy. Roy, I can fill this gap if you ask me what's in my stocking.
I'm getting my back now.
I'm nervous about what's in your stocking, Greg.
I don't know where I am.
Just generally.
Hang on. I might need my glasses though. I might have to.
God. Oh, Jesus.
Oh.
Hang on. What's happening?
Right. What's in the stocking?
Hang on. Well, Roy, as become something of an annual tradition, we honor somebody in the whiskey sphere now with their very own Lego barfly emoji.
Oh,
nice.
Oh no, I like that.
I thought we could. I had to put the glasses on so I could see that. It's just I can take that off now. But yeah, I thought it's quite a fun little annual tradition to honour someone or pay tribute to someone. It started with Roddy. Well, it started with us. Then it started with Roddy, and then last year we drew up Ralphie, of course. And then I thought it might be nice this year to honour somebody in the community rather than one of the creators. Maybe it bounces back and forth. So I wanted to honour somebody that's integral to the barfly community. It does so much for so many, and properly thrives off of it in all the good ways. And someone that on a number of times baffles me to this day. Somebody that at the time didn't know me but put me up in his house, in their house, and repeated that generosity for the Glasgow Whiskey Festival. I have, of course, drawn and honour the number one barfly that would be Peter Lee.
Wow.
Your own
Brilliant.
emoji.
Oh, superb.
Oh, the fishing rods. The fishing rods.
The fishing
Magic.
rod as well. Love it.
Look at
That's
that.
brilliant.
Oh, that's just outstanding.
Brilliant.
I might have
That's
given Peter a few more hairs than are
Love
really
it.
there on the top of his head, but hey,
Yeah.
Love it. That's brilliant.
Peter Lee.
that's for you,
Is that-
Peter.
Is that a Springbank local barley he's holding, Gregor?
It's a 25 year.
Is it?
Of course, it's Peter Lee, Scotty. Come on.
Oh, sorry.
Local barley. That's
Exactly.
none of that pleb muck for Peter, right?
That's such a good. That's so good.
Nice job, Gregor, man. That's brilliant.
I'm going to raise a wee glass to Gregor McQuee for the thoughtfulness, for the gesture, for an absolutely deserving Lego barf. It's no Lego. It's no Lego.
No.
Plastic
No.
yellow minifigure.
That's right.
Yeah.
There we are.
Well done, Gregor, man. Brilliant.
Well done, Gregor. Well done, Peter Lee. Merry
Good Peter.
Christmas. Cheers.
Other plastic Lego figures minifigures are available.
Are available, yes.
Yeah.
Superb.
This is my
Okay.
Battleground McQueen.
I don't
All right.
I don't know if it's going to help you in the final round, buddy, of Bottleships. Let's go through this. I don't know how this is going down. It'd be interesting to get the feedback for the community.
Sorry, guys. I don't want to be rude and cut in, but if
No,
I
this is the time to do it, Scotty.
If I need to take my dog out, otherwise he's going to pee
Well,
the
that's the
dog.
perfect time.
This
Perfect.
is the perfect time.
I'll see you in a wee bit.
See you in a wee bit. I'll look out for you dropping back in, Scotty.
All right. Cheers, guys.
We'll bring in Menno. I don't know if I wanted to show this, but I think it's going to get quite close though after this round, Menno, right?
Yep. He's taking the dog out.
I just have a feeling in my water that currently in the lead by only 2 points
Yep.
is Sevi. Second place, Gregor. Me in third, I don't know how, 15 points, and bringing up the rear, Scotty on 7. Let's see how this plays out then, as the two in first and second place go head to head in a game of Bottleships. So this is the final between you two guys. Good luck
This is it.
good luck to you both. I'll reveal firstly what your bottles are. Your mini, your sample on 1 square is Glencadam 10-year-old. On theme for Gregor tonight. The dumpy on 2 squares is Springbank 12-year-old cask strength. Another unicorn. And the tall round is my pick, my party pleaser pick this tonight. The tall round is Kleinleash 14. This is the trickiest round, I suspect. Let's hide them and ask you to find them. Who's in the lead? Sevi's in the lead on 32. So, Gregor, you get to go first.
All right. Not many smoky, right? There's not going to be much over the equator. Let's say D8.
D8. And what are you aiming for over there? Something that's rich and slightly smoky?
I think a Springbank 12 cast strength could be
Got to
there.
be Springbank you go for, surely.
Okay, D8, launch. Oh, yeah, beauty. Sevi. Sevi.
Pang, pang.
Sevi. My goodness.
I would have gone. I would have gone D.
D7. Right. Is it, how smoky is it? C8, Roy. Might be too
D-
much. C.
C8.
Yeah.
You sure?
No, really, but let's go for it.
Launch. Open water. Sevy's in with a shout. Not only in with a shout to get 2 points for the square, but potentially sink it for himself. It's actually a 1 and 3 for Sevy.
This is a tough one, actually. Like,
less chatty, more shooty.
Right. Okay. Right. Sorry. D7.
Nope. D7. D7. Horizontal positioning. D7.
Yep.
Okay, here goes. Oh! He nailed it. I can't believe it.
You're welcome, Sevy. You're welcome.
Well done. Well done, Sevy. That's you on 9 points. That's the spring bank nailed. Superb.
Right.
Take it. You're still in control.
Going straight in. I'm going for the Glencadam. I won.
Terrific. I won. Go. Oh, miss. Gregor, you've got a chance. Now, consider that this flavour map is not all about malts. This the extremes here can be, I don't want to lead you, Gregor. He's going to be back at the hockey soon, but
But Glencadam isn't, you wouldn't say rich either, eh? So it is in the light quadrant. H2.
H2.
That's a good shout, Gregor.
Oh. Back to Sevy.
I3.
I3. Glencadam 10. Miss.
G3.
G3. Miss.
Man.
There's lots of water out here. Come on.
E.
Say again, Sevy.
H3.
Miss.
G4.
G4. Miss.
Oh man. This is
very, very close.
Brutal.
H4.
H4. Sevy.
Yeah.
Miss.
Oh man. Do we keep shooting for Glencadam? I2.
Miss.
G2.
Miss.
H1.
H1. Miss.
Oh, what?
Oh my God.
What a difference of opinion, Roy.
It's coming.
G1.
G1. Sevy's connection is poor. Did he say G1?
G1I.
Miss.
Yeah, G1. Sorry, G1. Yeah, G1.
Oh man. Let's say I5.
Miss.
Oh, what?
Oh my. F3.
I hope I've placed this. F3.
Oh, boom. Sevy.
So wait, you're saying light eye, okay.
Boom.
It's
I
it's
get
funny
that.
how it makes sense. As soon as you see the explosion, right? It's funny how then you go, all right, aye, all right.
There is lots of flavour,
Right.
lots of depth, lots of layers. It's not fair to call Glencadam 10 light. It's not fair to call it delicate because it's actually stands up. It's a really, really good spirit. There's no smoke in it, but at times throughout Glencadam, you can find yourself flirting with, notes of barrel char and stuff like that.
But
it was difficult to
Yeah.
place it. I was always down at this end. I suspect that is hard, but you found it. Now you've got to find Clynelish 14.
Straight away, G8.
G8. Rich. You're going rich, Sev. G8. Open
Yeah, I
water.
think no.
I just did a presentation on this, and I'm the weak link here. So if we talk about the fact that it's my interpretation of these things. If you were listening to my presentation, come on. Where did I put Clynelish 14?
Oh, it's me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's you.
But there's a bit of smoking Clynelish, but you're not going to say much, is there? F7.
There's not that much though. Yeah, I like
F7.
that.
Fresh water. Chance to rehydrate. Sevi.
F6.
Miss. Gregor.
E6.
Miss.
What?
Thinking of it, comparing it to it's nowhere near the Springbank 12. So
Wait,
let's go G6.
when I nominated my Clynelish 14 for the party pleaser, what was my justification for it? Say again, Sevi.
I was just too busy trying to heckle you.
G6.
G6. Miss.
No.
No.
I mean, all right, E7.
Follow the crowd, boys. E7 miss.
Right, I'm right. Super. Right. Right. Okay. Let's go G9.
Oh.
G9.
No, he's not listening.
Miss.
No.
E5.
E5
G9.
for McQueen. Miss.
What? Room. You know, hee-haw. I followed the room and I got
The
fresh
room
water.
is
H9.
way closer than you guys. H9 Sevi.
H9.
Getting colder. H9 miss.
What's everyone else saying?
This started so sharp.
I mean, it's pretty rich. It's not. Now you see, you got to be what?
I think it's pretty rich.
It's got a bit of smoke, but it can't be up
Yeah,
there.
that. In fact, I'm taking a different time.
All right, let's say F8.
Wow.
What?
Right,
Roy,
I'm taking a
we need
different.
to have words. We need to have
I'm
words, Roy.
I'm taking a different tact. Different tact now. D3.
D3 getting closer,
Oh,
Sevi.
actually,
Miss.
what am I even thinking picking that? I'm not even looking at the three squares now. Menno.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. What's people saying? Hang on, give me a second. Is it on me?
Yes.
Yeah. Yep.
D4.
D4.
All right, D4.
D4.
Aye.
Delta
Yeah, that
4.
might be a
Yeah.
Launch. Boom.
Ooh.
Oh.
P-head.
Oh,
You're the
sure.
man. You are the man. Let's say E4.
Yeah, I think that's going to be right.
Launch. Bang.
Ooh.
And P-head, this is all for you. F4.
F4, not C4.
Yeah.
Gregor McQueen.
I think that.
Bang. Job done. Job done.
That was painful.
Yes, you're a bit.
But it's tough. It's tough
I
when you.
specifically told you when in my presentation for Clynelish 14, I specifically said
Aye.
that it was right in the middle of the spectrum.
I know you give us too much credit that we're actually listening to you, Roy.
That's exactly true. It's exactly true. Regardless, at this point in time, Gregor McQueen,
Oh,
will raise a wee glass.
Yes!
But there's still
I can't even right.
There's still so much
No,
to play
Stevie.
for.
Wait, what?
That can't be right.
No. It's not
That
right.
can't be right.
It's not right. Like I said, at this point in time, because there's still the Menno element to factor
All
into
right, here you
things.
go. A, B, A, C.
Oh, you got 5 points for being prepared.
I made some
Oh,
homemade
6
ones.
points for
Hang
coming
on a
prepared.
I'm
Well,
asking for a stop the count. I'm asking for a recount. I got two full booners there, and you only get one.
Yeah.
Well,
That's
Menno's about to tally up the scores as we go into the quiz at the end.
I have. You're good to go.
Peter Lee.
There's a phrase,
but
you can't lose to Gregor.
We need to wait on Scotty getting back in, of course, and into his comfy seat. He is appearing again, isn't he?
Yeah, this is a question of how quick can Magnus pee.
No. It's just a euphemism for how quick can Scotty.
Jimmy Legg is saying,
quick.
Roy, any competition that Scotty loses can only be described as low quality. And Kaku Guzman is gifted 5 Aquaviti memberships. Maybe it's Keiko. It could be Keiko. My friend, thank you so much for your generosity. Thank you for helping out some other barflies to participate in the fun. Fastgraph is saying, my personal result Aquaviti is Roy is the all-time winner anyway. Sevi gets points for being real. Gregor somehow collects the points of the game, and Gregor wins because he shows the hidden gems. I'm glad to see, Klaus, that you're working out that there's no seriousness here at all. Let's add some sanity and back into it again as we work out how Magnus has got on. How did things go?
Not too bad. Thank you for your patience for that, everybody.
No, your timing's perfect. Rob Smith is saying, enjoy the holidays, barflies. Checking out early. Good luck on the quiz. Aquaviti catching the rest on the replay. Rob, now that you're back after the replay, catching this on the replay, I hope the quiz ahead is kind to you. Menno has promised us kindness. Ben Demon Hunter, good to see you for the record, Aquaviti. I'm a giant fan of this Bottleship game.
It's a great game.
I don't know how well it's gone down generally. Falsgraph is saying it's Glencadam 10, but okay, Clay Leash then. I don't know, did I make a mistake? I hope I didn't, buddy. Jimmy Legg is saying, Gregor, you've done very well, my friend. That was very hard to type. He's here for the sarcasm and the kicks and the fun. Fantastic. And superb. Okay, now that we're all here together.
Who won the battleships? Who won it?
Me.
Of course.
Menno, what are the scores?
They're right. Just share the screen.
I think there's
Wait, what?
There's an out-and-out winner.
Recount.
I mean,
Recount.
An out-and-out winner.
Yeah, Gregor.
Would you say?
Gregor, you didn't win that Bottleships.
What?
Did I make a mistake?
No, you've not made a mistake.
No.
We have. I don't think there's
No.
any way. I don't think there's any way that can be overcome, unless you want to reconsider, Menno, and add and deduct some smug points, for trying to be too emotional. Award some points for outfit, for fairness. If you want to just say, how should the scores actually be lying as we go into a 10-point quiz at the end? How should we all be scoring?
If I were going to discard the scores for the Bottleships, sorry.
Yes.
Then there will be a tie for third place between Scotty and Sevi with 6 points. You, Roy, would be in second with 7 points, but it would still be Gregor taking the cake with 11 points.
I'll take that. I will take that cake. I will take the cake.
Can we agree right now then? Overall, Sevi's in charge. If we take away the Bottleships, Gregor wins. So what we're really saying is that this is between Sevi and Gregor at the quiz at the end. Scotty, you and I are off fire. We can just relax.
I don't mind. What I would say, though, I think that Menno, you've done excellent scorekeeping tonight, but you missed the 0 after the 7 for my my score. But apart from that,
I'll adjust it in a moment.
No, it's all good.
Commando is suggesting that we set
Right,
the
what's-
ASTAT at 2 points for this time.
What's Gregor wearing?
Okay.
Gregor, what's going on?
What?
What's going on with your head?
Ooh.
What are you on about?
Elf on the shelf.
How many ears does one man need? 4. I like it, man. I like it. It's looking good.
Right. Menno, bring up the quiz at the end for us. Do your worst. What
good
do
to go.
you have in store for the last quiz at the end of 2024? Quiz at the end
Oh, he's got the hat on.
of the year.
He's in character.
Oh,
Okay.
is that the hat? It is
That is,
indeed.
it is the hat.
Do we remember where that came from now? Was it not
Yeah.
one
Was,
of the Europeans?
yeah, it's from Tim in Holland.
That's right, yeah. Yeah.
Fantastic.
Right, let's do this.
Are you ready? Scotty, do you have A, B, and C cards?
I've got some on my phone.
Okay.
Have you got whiskey ABC cards?
Oh, that's
Wow.
10 points off for just showing off.
Eh?
Looking good though, Greg. I like it.
Those are pretty
Right, let's
impressive, though.
bring
McVie.
Menno up to the top.
Okay, gentlemen, let's go.
Okay.
Question 1. Talisker is loved by many enthusiasts, but no wonder eyebrows were raised when back in October Diageo announced they are planning to do what? Is it A, reduce production used for their single malt to cater more for their blends? Is it B, discontinue their age statement core range? Or is it C, demolish the distillery and build a brand new one?
Ha.
Yep. What are they doing?
What about D, release some special releases at price that people will actually pay?
I'll repeat the question. Diageo
See what you did there, Menno.
Okay. Are you good to go in
Yep.
3,
We are.
2,
Give us the countdown, Menno.
1? Okay. C is all around, and obviously you're all correct on the first one. Nice and easy one to get things going. On to question 2.
Do we need to keep score?
Yeah, possibly.
Yeah.
Okay.
After having previously released whiskies finished in Pedro Jimenez, White Port, Tawny Port, Burgundy, and Bordeaux casks, which distillery announced the introduction of 2 new non-age statement expressions, a Amarone and a Madeira cask finish, in their cask finish series, and this was back in August. So which distillery announced the introduction of 2 new NAS expressions in their cask finish series back in August? Is it A, Tomatin, B, Glencadam, or C, Glenmorangie?
Feeling good. Usually danger. You give us the countdown, buddy, when you're ready.
Okay. Answers in 3, 2, 1. B, 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 and also a lot of B's. The crowd also knocked it out of the park. It's Glencadam.
Okay.
Here they are, all nicely lined up.
Mm.
Question 3. Another company that saw a significant change in 2024 is Compass Box. The new ownership came with a change in their core range expressions. But which of these statements about the current core range is actually true? Is it that A, one of them is a blended whiskey? B, the core range currently consists of 4 expressions? Or C, one of them has already won an OSWA?
Wow.
Yeah, okay.
Wow.
Proofed.
This is only question 3 and we're starting to wobble.
Yep.
I've been wobbling from the start. Don't know about you.
Nay.
This might be a banana skin.
Yeah, it's so difficult. Like, okay, I'm going to stick with what I've got, but
Okay.
Okay, then commit in 3, 2, 1. We got a C, and we got a C. Well,
Yeah,
it is.
I was thinking, I'm with Gregor. I think, is it all of them?
It is, in fact, all of them. Well done.
Oi!
Yay!
The nectarosity is a blend. The core range
I get 3 points
is
then.
two new ones: the nectarosity and the crimson
Orchard House.
casks, I think it's called. And then
Menno, do I get 3 points?
No. You've had enough
no,
points,
Gregor,
Gregor.
you can't.
It's a freebie.
I need
And
them.
then the one that already won an Oswa is the Orchard House.
Indeed, yep. Nice one.
Superb.
So well done.
Thanks, Menno.
It is Christmas, Menno. Nobody goes home
It
on
is
zero,
Christmas.
right?
Absolutely. Question 4. In 2024, Glenlivet, Macallan, Feathercairn, Milton Duff, Cardew, and Balminach all what? Is it A, they celebrated their 200th anniversary? Is it B, they announced the installment of new equipment to help reduce their carbon footprint? Or is it C, they appointed new master blenders?
Oh, it's gotta be.
Somebody's feeling confident.
No, that's nerves.
Okay, answers in 3, 2, 1. There's no fooling you tonight. Well done, all of you. Everybody on a 4 for 4.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Good job.
Wow.
It's all about to go downhill pretty fast, I fear.
Yeah, let's rectify that. Okay, question 5 is obviously the picture question, and it's a wee bit of an asshat question because we're looking at a distillery that's still under construction, but it's planned to start producing really soon in early 2025. Are we looking at A, Port Netruan on Isla, B, Ardgowan in the Lowlands, or C, Witchburn in Campbelltown?
Superb question.
That's a great question.
And look at how clever he's been about the credit for it as well.
I like that. That's good. Yeah.
Okay, are you ready to commit in 3, 2, 1? C, B, B. Sevi is on a C. Oh, so this is where, for some of you, the wheels come off. It's Ardgowan. Still on a 5 for 5.
I was just going by the
Scott is
landscape.
still on a 5 for 5.
I'm on a 5
Me and Scotty.
I was just going by the landscape. Just I've going past both sites before. I haven't seen trees like that. So
yeah,
that was my kind of.
Well
always
done.
The
devil's in the details.
Always the picture
well
question.
Done. Okay, then quickly onwards to question 6. I am not a distillery, but I run a whiskey blog. I was active in a 21st century distillery. I also was once a guest on the vPub. I was also involved with another new Scottish distillery, and I have been recently announced as the new whiskey maker and managing director for yet another new / revived UK distillery. I am A, Stuart Baxter, B, Angus McRailed, or C, Matt Mackay.
Wow. Menno.
Really fresh news.
Yes.
It's so fresh, it's not even been announced. I love it.
Yeah, it's if you know, you know.
Yeah, totally. But yeah.
Superb, buddy.
Oh, right, okay. Right, interesting. Right, okay.
I haven't actually sent a message of congratulations yet. You reminded me.
Okay, answers in 3, 2, 1. CC.
Oops.
OCC, Roy. Well, the crowd and you guys absolutely knocked it out of the park. It was Matt. Congratulations, Matt.
Matt Mackay, yes.
Done, man. Brilliant. I didn't know this.
What's the revived distillery?
The London Whiskey Company or something it's called.
Okay. That was a shot in the dark. I didn't know.
Question 7. Dramface reached the 1,000 review mark in 2024, and Dramface editor-in-chief Wally McCulley celebrated the occasion by doing what? Was it A, revisiting the first ever whiskey reviewed on Dramface? Is it B, reviewing an English whiskey? Or is it C, reviewing a 1,000-pound bottle of whiskey?
Ha.
Hmm.
1,000 whiskey reviews. That's quite an achievement.
Quite
Let's
nice.
raise a wee glass to all the hard grafters at Dramface.
Well done, team.
Well done, team.
Brilliant.
Fantastic.
Well done. Are you ready to commit, gentlemen?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, then let's do it
I
in 3,
did read this.
3, 2, 1. I can imagine, yes.
B.
Absolutely. It was
come on.
the wire works. It was B, English whiskey.
Oh, Sevy got that wrong.
Did you?
I got that wrong.
Oh,
Yep.
Interesting.
Oh,
and so a beautiful friendship
I
comes
got
to an end.
that's okay.
Question 8 then. Perhaps one of the most surprising moves in 2024 was John Campbell leaving Lochlee. His new destination is likely somewhat more sunny than Scotland. Where did his new adventures bring him? So is he now working for a craft bourbon vodka and rum distillery in sunny
this one.
California? Is he B, working in a winery/brandy distillery in the even sunnier Melbourne, Australia? Or is he C, working for a rum distillery in the ridiculously sunny Barbados?
Mr. Campbell.
Dun, dun.
Menno.
Where did Johnny go? Yeah?
I'm feeling far too confident this evening.
That'll
Am I just about to hit the buffers? Am I not?
be the whiskey, Roy.
I know, but it's Braw whiskey. We picked some good whiskies this evening. We really
Sure
did.
did.
You did.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, then in 3, 2,
Okay.
1. Sevi, where you at? Also going for sunny California. Absolutely sunny California. Okay, second to last question. Back in
Penultimate.
October, Kingsbarns announced their oldest expression yet. The Kingsbarn Distillery Reserve 2024 is a limited release carrying which the age statement? Now, this could be a banana skin. Is it A, an 8-year-old, B, a 10-year-old, or is it C, a 12-year-old?
I don't know this one.
Yeah, mine's
Wow.
going to be a guess.
Yep.
Wow.
Me too. Kingsbarns, man. The oldest expression yet. Christ.
Mhm.
I'm going to pour another dram.
Yeah, quick, and make it a strong one.
Good for you, Dev.
What you need is a Boona having 12 cask strength. Is what you need.
You've had your say about that, right? You've had your say.
I'm going to drain this Daphmo.
Go for it. Tan it. Get it tanned. Down the bottle bank in the morning.
It's getting tan.
It's the way to do it. It's the way to treat whiskey. Just get it drunk. Brilliant. Well done,
What else is it for, right?
Exactly, man.
It's not for looking at. You can't taste it when you look at it.
True. Right, let's reveal the misery.
Okay,
That's so pretty.
are you ready to commit?
Yep.
Yes.
By all means, in 3, 2, 1. We've got AA, we've
What?
got B, and we've got A.
ADHD.
You know why there's a banana skin?
Because it didn't carry an age statement.
Not officially. They mentioned it in the
Ah.
press release, but Kingsbarn is 10 years old in 2024. They started producing in 2014. However, this release comes with an 8-year-old.
Oh,
Yeah.
Ooh.
man, I was so close. I was so close.
Yeah. Feeling sorry for you, Scotty.
It's okay, man. I'm quite happy with how things have gone. I didn't know that. That was a complete
You're 8
guess.
for 9. Roy's
8
in
for
for
9.
9 for 9.
And I've got a Klein leash in the glass, and I don't care.
9 for 9.
This could be the
Klein
night.
leash in the glass. Here to that.
Gregor, what's your score so far?
I'm 8 for 9.
Brilliant. Okay, then onwards.
7 for 9.
Here it
Answer that
comes.
question.
Here it
7
comes.
for 9. Great scores.
Here it comes.
The Oswas are the annual awards for the community by the community. In 2024, we saw 3 trifecta winners, and so winning 3 times in a row in a category. But how many candidates are there for a trifecta in 2025? So to be clear, I'm looking for whiskies or brands that have won twice in a row and could win for 3 times in a row next year.
Okay.
Is it A, 1/3 of the number of Glen something Highland distilleries? Is it B, as much as there are operating whiskey distilleries on Orkney? Or is it C, as much as there are operating whiskey distilleries on the Outer Hebrides?
Oh, Menno. Menno, what have you done?
It has to be, and that's the yes hat.
Oh my gosh.
Is that English?
That ass hat emoji is far too small for this question. It's hurting my head to even think about it.
Is anyone in full marks and going for a 10 right now?
Roy,
this is the question that's stopping you, Roy. This is the hurdle, the final hurdle. Right, I'm just going to lock one
I'm
in.
not sure I can do the maths here.
I'm now going through it in my head.
Think of the number of. Think of that. This is the way to do it. Think of the number of stars in the universe, right? Divide that by the galaxies and times it by 2 Earths, right? And we're good. I don't know.
My goodness.
How are we in the crowd? People on a 9 for 9.
All
there, I think.
I know is that. All I know is that there is no Highland distilleries called Glen something.
It's true. Right.
Okay.
Right, Menno.
Okay. Make or break, Roy, in 3, 2, 1.
Oh my God.
B, we've got C.
I could tell by Menno's tone, the way he said C for me, that he's so disappointed.
Yeah, I'm probably lousy at poker too. Okay.
It's A, isn't it?
There are 9 Highland distilleries, starting with a Glen.
So that's no way.
There are 2 distilleries in the Outer Hebrides, and there are 3 distilleries currently making whiskey, Orkney, and there are 3 trifecta candidates for 2025. Roy, you had a 2 out of 3 chance, and you fucked it up.
Oh mate,
the Santa hat melted my head.
Man, the goalkeeper was off the pitch. The ball in the penalty spot over the bar. Right over the bar. Oh,
what an end.
How many people beat me? That's fantastic.
Oh, mate.
They think it's all over.
Let's see. Hellswood, 10 out of 10.
Well
Whiskey
done.
with Molly, 10 out of 10. Let's take this down.
A lot of 10s, man. A lot of 10s.
Yeah.
Gerben.
10 out of 10 for Kyle Taylor. Fantastic.
9
9 out of 10 for Tony Nelson. I think that's the same as me, Tony. Alistair McPhail getting a 10 out of 10. Bruce Bernard. Menno gave me, he extended the width of the goal and I still shot over the bar. Unbelievable. Danny Hebbington, get in. He's celebrating a 10 out of 10. An easy 10 out of 10 for Graham Fraser. Philip Wagner is saying 10 out of 10 for the very first time. Mikey Hay is celebrating a 10 out of 10. He's first ever. Daisy in the Netherlands is also celebrating a 10 out of 10. She's loving it. Fernando is saying congratulations to all the 10 out of 10. Well done, guys. 9 out of 10 double. Menno, where does that leave the scores? How are we doing?
Oh.
The powers and the deedly boppers that Gregor's roasting there, like those two Santa hat things. Brilliant.
Okay.
8 out of 10 for Sev. How did you get on, Scotty, for that?
I get 8 out of 10 as well.
8 out of 10. Okay. So, Gregor, did you get a 9 out of 10?
9, aye.
Well done. Well done.
Good job, Gregor, man. Nice one, man.
It's always that photo one. I can never get the photo.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, it's difficult.
Here's the scores on the doors at the end.
But you need to. I haven't kept track of the scores you guys did on the quiz because I had to host the quiz. So you'll need to add your own scores.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll get my calculator out.
I think we know what's happening here. We have
Oh,
a 9 out of 10 for Gregor, takes him up to 49. But of course, Sevi on 49 with an 8 takes him up to 57.
I'm in 15.
Scotty comes up to 15 to match me, but we have a winner. We do. For this particular Christmas vPub, it
It's
is
the
none
Alchemist.
other than Senor Severin. It makes no sense whatsoever, but big guy, a win is a win. So you just take it, you run, and you keep it, and just know
I'll
that
take it.
you are the winner for 2024. Well done, Sevi.
Well done, Sevi. And Gregor.
Congrats.
too.
well done, Seth.
Thank
Although I'm
Thank-
with Kyle here. He says, no
Thanks.
idea how Gregor lost this. Me neither.
And Menno, thanks to you as well, man, for another awesome quiz. Thank you, mate.
Yes,
Brilliant.
thanks,
Cheers.
Menno.
It was fun.
Cheers, Menno.
Thank you. Although I'm thinking of going pro at Bottleships in the new year.
You totally should.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should do, man.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a lot of money to be made there.
A lot of
I
money
don't
to be
know
made in e-Bottleships.
It's the new.
I don't know how the Bottleships thing went down. I don't know if we'll ever see the light of day again. but if it doesn't, that means that you are forever the perpetual professional at Bottleships. So the job is done. Ellswood is saying, fabulous vPub, lots of laughs. Wish you all a very Merry Christmas and a happy whiskey-filled New Year, Aquavite. And the Alchemist. Multi-mission, Kilted Moose, time for a dram. Thank you very much, Helen. Very best over Christmas and New Year to you and Andy both. Jimmy Legg has bought us a generous dram to say honor and Peter Lee was the best. Merry Christmas, everyone. Thanks, Bottlechasers. Love to you all, but Scotty most. There you go. Okay. Fantastic, Jimmy Legg. Thank you very much for your nice words, your kind words, and your generosity. My goodness, Danny, what you doing? A huge, generous dram come in from Danny Hebbington right at the end. That's my Christmas cover, Danny. Thank you for another great year, Roy. New Year's resolution is to get my arse down to Glasgow to meet some of you beautiful people. Can we accommodate Danny down here? Of course we can. Slant you, my friend, and thank you, Barflies. Danny, I would look forward to that. That would be amazing. Chen has bought us a dram as well to say Merry Christmas, everyone, and thanks for another wonderful year. Cheng, I think it's the first time I've welcomed you into the vPub, and it's the first time I've raised a glass to say thank you for your generous dram. And this is Alan has also bought another dram tonight to say need the printed Bottleships home edition as soon as possible. Fantastic. Somebody enjoyed Bottleships at least. Dave the Brave is saying Merry Christmas. Good to have had you in participating tonight, Dave. I don't know how it was for all you guys, but watching from a distance, but thank you for being here. Peterhead is saying, and with that, I'm calling it a day and hit the sack. Thanks for a great vPub of 2024 Aquavite. Thanks, Sevi, Scott, Gregor, and Menno for participating, and to all, Merry Christmas and Slanchava. Falsgraph is saying, great ending of the year. Thank you to everyone, and especially Roy. Love everyone here. Thanks. Thank you, Klaus in Germany. Thank you, my friend. Simone in New Zealand is saying Merry Christmas, and Barflies and Roy. I'll jump back into the lounge to say goodbye to as many of you as I possibly can to close out our year. But first, I'm going to say thank you to the folk in front of us. Tell you what I'm going to do. Do you know that Dalyun that's getting it off a leaky?
Get it open.
Let's get some of that.
Oh, it has. It's gone down, eh?
Yeah, it's sealed quite a bit, but let's go. I don't know what I'm pouring it in on top of, a wee teaspoon of Klein Leash or something, but I need something in the glass to raise to y'all.
Same ball.
I knew I was going to love whiskey. I didn't know that I was going to love sharing whiskey. I didn't know that I was going to love sharing whiskey in this way. And I didn't know that as a middle-aged man, as friends are being harder and harder and harder to come by, I didn't know that I would happen across friendships like I have. The fact that it's friends that are like you is mind-blowing to me. It doesn't matter what I throw at you. Come on and play a stupid game. Come on and talk about whiskey. Come on and do this. Let's go to Isla. Let's do this. Let's do the other thing. You're all up for it. I don't need a single thing in my Christmas stocking. I don't need a single thing under the tree. I just need to look forward to the next time I get to raise a glass with Sevi, Menno, Gregor, and Scotty. Boys, thank you for indulging me once more.
Thank
Merry
you very
Christmas.
much, man. That's
Cheers
very
to you all.
kind. Merry
Cheers.
Christmas, man. Cheers, man.
Cheers.
Kind, Slange.
And never
Merry
forget,
Christmas, Roy.
Whiskey did this.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's bra. That's bra. That's amazing. That's like a waxy. That's more waxy than a waxy Klein leash. That's amazing.
I'll just get my Uber. I'll be there in 20 minutes, Roy. Be fine.
Come on, Rune. Come on, Rune. All of yous. Gregor, you'll need to use trebuchet to get here, but you'll make it. Listen, boys, thank you all so much.
Thank you, Roy. Thanks again for inviting us on.
Thank you, Roy, for organising everything.
Thank you.
Cheers, Roy.
Thank
Cheers,
you for
Amazing,
getting
man.
us all together. Yeah.
What?
Thanks for getting us all together at Christmas.
What do we say to 2025? More of the same?
Bring it on.
Sure.
Bring it.
Yeah.
Wherever it is. Fantastic. Gregor, keep wearing the hairpieces as well. Scotty Monroe, thank you, man. I love you, big guy. See you soon. Gregor McQuee, time for a dram, the golden voice, all the names that you go under. The very, very best to you. I love you, man. Cheers to you. Menno, thank you for indulging us with the quizzes. Thank you for turning up here and giving us this opportunity to just be humbled every single time. Thank you, big guy. I love you. One day soon, you and I will share a glass together.
Absolutely.
Cheers to you. Merry Christmas. And Sevi, thank you for everything, big guy. For all the things that's known about and the things that's less known about. Happy Christmas to you and yours. Craig
Merry
Severin.
Christmas to all
Cheers,
the
man.
Duffs.
I hope they all stay post credits so that I can raise a wee glass with them privately. Some of them have dogs to walk and kids to look after and all the rest of it. This has been messy. Of course, it's been messy. It's the party thing. It's the end of the year. I haven't been able to hang out with you as much as I normally would be able to. There is a patron lock-in. Of course, it's just for patrons, I know, on the 29th of December. But until the 9th of January, the vPub doors will be closed. The Christmas decorations will stay up. The lights will stay on, of course. There will still be whiskey enjoyed and thought about and celebrated. But it'll be the 9th of January before I'm back here again in earnest in the new year. But I need to do something that is just, it's unthinkable. I love these days when people ask me what I do for a living, for a job. I love that I get to do this. I think if they turned up tonight and watched what was happened throughout the last 3 hours or however long we've been on for, I think they would be shocked and surprised and puzzled even. And yet it happens. But this is a special night, a spectacular night. Sometimes it's a guest session. Sometimes it's a deep dive. Sometimes it's a bottle parade. It doesn't matter. The beautiful barflies, the dedicated whiskey folk, you're here week after week after week all the time. I will never, ever take it for granted. I'll never take you for granted. I'll never take your support for granted. I will always do everything independently and earnestly and honestly. And this Christmas, I'll be extra grateful for everything that you have helped me achieve in 2024. Alistair McPhail has bought me a dram to say another great vPub to end a challenging year for so many. Thanks, Roy, for all you do. Merry Christmas, one and all. Slantia. Alistair, you superstar, you wonderful guy to have around. It's fantastic to have you, and thank you for your generous dram. Ian Williamson is in saying, fantastic evening, Aquavita and everyone else. Really great way to start a Christmas proper. Merry Christmas, everyone. Dave the Brave is saying, great night. Loved Bottleships as well. Thank you, Dave. Glad you enjoyed it. Peter Lee is in. I hope you got to see his illustration done by Gregor earlier. Just fantastic stuff. Peter, we will make sure that there is a Peter Lee emoji arriving on the Aquaviti channel in the future. Bruce Bernard is saying, Merry Christmas, Roy and the boys. Thanks for the laughs. Thank you, Bruce. Thank you, right back at you. Well said, Aquaviti, as we all find friendships around the world. Love you all. Jimmy Jazz, I love you too, my friend, and I can't wait to the next time I see your smiling, generous face. Anthony McGee saying, loved Bottleships. Sevy's story brought a tear to my eye. Local barley pipped it. Merry Christmas all. That's more wind up Gregor's skirt, right? Mike Molasses is saying, happy holidays, Roy Aquaviti and lovely barflies. I had a conflict tonight, but I hope everyone has a great holiday with friends and family. I'll watch on replay. I hope you enjoy it, Mike. Please let me know how you got on with it. Chris Pollack is saying, thanks, Roy. Merry Christmas. Try to relax, recharge the batteries. I'll do my very best. That's certainly my plans, Chris. Kyle Taylor is saying, this was the best vPub for months. Cheers to the format. I'm glad somebody was able to enjoy us enjoying ourselves. It's crazy. David is saying, Aquaviti, great vPub, great year. What a crack. May 2025 bring more of these moments. Merry Christmas and cheers. Thank you, David. That's wonderful. And Graham Fraser is saying, thanks as always, Roy. Graham Fraser, a glass to you, one of the stalwarts of our community. I think it's sometimes a wee bit... I don't want to offend you by saying that you're one of the elders, but you definitely are. I'm glad that you're part of our community as well, Graham Fraser. Cheers to you. Danny Hebington is saying, I don't ever think people outside this will ever understand what you do and what it does for us or our mental health. Thursday nights mean a lot to me, and I'm glad that you're here. I'm glad that you're here too, Danny. I owe you a dram. Everyone, Chris, good to see you. He's saying, fair winds, malt mates. You've been saying fair winds for about 8 years now. Everyone, it's wonderful to have you here. May all of you barflies be safe and sound, Aquaviti. Same to you, Chris. Wonderful to have you here, buddy. Gerben Blocker in the Netherlands is saying, thank you for a great night. Thank you, Gerben. I look forward to hanging out with you in 2025 as well, my friend. Cheers to you. And Lachlan McKenzie saying, thanks, Roy. Have a good Christmas. And on that note, I'm going to say to you all, I really do hope that you have a peaceful, wonderful, cozy, fantastic Christmas. If you know anyone out there that could potentially be sitting on their own, send them a wee message just to say, thinking about you. Hope you're having a good time. And if you are sitting out there on your own, you have us. We're thinking about you. We hope you have a good time. And we hope that you can somehow help others have a good time too. I'm going to raise this glass while I look forward to 2025 and look forward to welcoming you all back here for regular business kicking off again from the 9th of January. And until then, I'll remind you all that you're very dearly loved. Happy Christmas. Have the best of New Year. And I'll see you all in 2025. Thank you and Slanchivar. We are still live. We are still live. We are still live. We are still live.
Oh,
raise a glass and say Happy Christmas, everyone.
Happy Christmas.
Happy Christmas.
Happy Christmas, everyone.
Feliz Navidad.
Go on, Scotty. Say Happy Christmas. Feliz
Good.
Navidad.
Feliz.
Well, wait for Scotty, shall we? Just Happy Christmas.
Happy Christmas.
Happy
Cheers, guys.
Hey.